Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's been a minute since I've been live on this account. I went live on my backup account the other day, which was awesome for the first time. But now I'm back on this account. So, should we start it off the way I normally do? I think we need a little bit more music. How's that? Is that too much? I think it's good. All right. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as Porn Coach, the Porn Coach. Here to talk about pornography, betrayal, life, whatever you want to talk about. You make the content. I just coach you. So, live on Twitch, live on YouTube, all the platforms, most of the platforms. Nobody watches me on YouTube and Twitch, but it's okay. Only if your other thinks it's cheating. Okay, tell me more. Why don't you come on here? You want to come on here and tell me. If you want to share your story about your own use with pornography, if you watch pornography, if you struggle with it, if you want to stop watching pornography, if you've been betrayed by somebody who watches pornography, or maybe they've had a physical affair, because porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates into something else. It may not escalate into physical cheating, but it might. But porn use always does escalate. Facing the shadow. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Garland Gilbert, what's going on? Hello. Garland Gilbert. You there? Was that an accident? We'll just say it was. It's okay. D, what's up, bro? Good to see you. It made me feel not good enough. Sorry about that. John, you want to talk about it? Great, come on here. User 348, whatever, 386, not working. John, what's up, man?
Yo, what's going on? How's it going?
I'm doing well, man. Are you 18 or over?
Yes, I'm 23.
Okay. All right. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? I just saw the is porn cheating, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. I'd love to know what your stance is on that.
Well, I believe if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with somebody and you've said something like, I love you and only you with my mind, body, and soul till death do us part, I think if you deviate from that, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, I think that goes against the agreement, and that would be cheating. What do you think?
I guess I relate to cheating in terms of more physical. I think I can see where you get and kind of navigate to that. I don't know. I think of it as more physical. I feel like it's subjective depending on the person's relationship because, I believe all different monogamous relationships are different. So,
Okay. What are the what defines a monogamous relationship?
well, I think of it as, if I'm using my
I
own
don't I
personal,
don't I don't want to know your own personal definition. I want to know what the definition is.
let's see.
Because if you say a monogamous relationship is you and your partner and other people, I don't care what you think. That's not a
Oh no,
monogamous
that's
relationship.
not monogamy.
What do you think it is? What do you think monogamy is?
It's one person at a time sort of deal. So it's a marriage between two people
Okay.
or a relationship involving only two people.
Yeah, it's where sexual activity is reserved for exclusive between two people. Right?
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was doing more.
So if you were to introduce another person on a screen, do you think that would go outside of the definition of monogamy?
Well, yes, I forget what is. It's called polyamorous. in terms of adding more people to a relationship, I think that's a different category of relationship. I think that if it was consensual amongst all parties, that's
Well, if it's
totally
agreed
fine.
upon, then it's not monogamy, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But in terms of this argument, in terms of is porn cheating, I don't think it's between two people, and I know it says it can be
Depends on what the agreement is. If the agreement
correct.
is that the relationship is just between two people, then if you go outside of that, if one of the people goes outside of that, wouldn't that be cheating?
I feel like physically, yes.
What do you mean?
If a person were to commit sexual intimacies with other people other than your partner, of course, I believe that's cheating. But I don't think that looking on your phone for porn,
Okay,
really
what if you sent pictures of your eggplant to somebody else and solicit them to send pictures back, and you're like, oh yeah, I love that stuff.
I think
You're not physically together, but would that be cheating?
That's a really good argument because it really, I would say that it comes down to the intent. But I would also say, yes, if you're in a monogamous relationship where both people only value one another, and that opposing person were to send pictures explicitly to another person without the other partner's consent, or not even consent, but permission, or sort of like, hey, I'm doing this, then yeah, I can see definitely why that is cheating, and I think that's wrong in terms of a monogamous relationship.
Okay, so tell me more about the intent.
I feel like in a relationship, if you're really upfront with the initial kind of agreed upon boundaries in a relationship, as long as those are talked to at the beginning of the relationship, whether you watch porn or you don't, it definitely depends on people's securities and how they want to navigate the relationship. If I were to be dating someone and I say, hey, we're in this together, I don't really want you to go anywhere else, I don't want you to look at porn, it's just mutually between us, and if that other person were to break those boundaries, then of course I would say that's cheating. But I think that's subjective depending on what relationships you jump into.
Yeah, so before you said it was physical, now you're kind of changing that. Now you're saying it depends on the intent. So do you think it's just physical, or do you think it depends on the intent?
No, that's a really good thing to think about. No, you made me change my mind. No, I think I think that it really depends.
Change his mind. We did it. It only took 5 minutes exactly, and you changed your mind.
So you were telling me, fuck.
Let's go. So do you watch porn?
Yes.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Is the intent of the relationship that it's just the two of you, or is it monogamous in nature?
It's a monogamous in nature.
Oh, it is monogamous. Okay, so it's not cheating if you're using other people. That's what you guys have signed up for?
I think that going into the relationship, we both do, how can I say this appropriately? OF, I guess. So we're both adult entertainment actors, I guess you can say. So we both.
Oh, got it. So you're not even close to monogamy. That's like not even on your radar.
Well, in terms of relationship, yes, but in terms of business, no. I feel like I value both of those.
What's the difference? That's like being like I'm having an affair with the secretary, but that's business. No, same thing.
Well, I would say it more as like I came into the relationship already doing OF and that sort of thing, so I let my partner know that is something that I do. In terms of, I feel like in a relationship in itself is between two people, monogamous wise.
Hold on, not your relationship though.
Well, I think that.
Whose relationship are you describing?
My relationship.
Well, hold on. I thought you said you guys both give yourself sexually to other people.
Yes.
Okay, so both of those can't be true.
Well, yeah. So I'm still trying to figure out like terminologies in terms of this, but and maybe you can help me out with this. So in terms of our relationship, I guess the way I think about it is like two people like each other, they're in a relationship, they're monogamous within themselves. They don't want to search out for that emotional connection with any other person besides that one person. I don't think sex and sexual intimacy can vary depending on intent for the person. So, like for example, me and my partner, we obviously go different ways.
All right, can I ask you a
With
question?
other, most
Just
definitely, yeah, yeah, yeah.
are you heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual?
Both. Bye.
Both,
Yeah.
but you're bi. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Is your partner a man or a woman?
Man.
What's that?
A man. Yeah.
A man. Okay, got it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh yeah, no worries. So we deviate sexually. So I guess I don't have the correlation between sex and what a relationship is. I guess I kind of have that disconnect because I believe I guess I go into a relationship more for the emotional support and kind of that like best friend kind of mentality, I guess. And I feel like sex is just kind of like a bonus. It's not something that really hinders a relationship. But going into a relationship when we are talking about boundaries and stuff, like if I didn't feel comfortable with my partner going off and having sex with someone else that I didn't like, or so on and so forth, then if my partner didn't respect those rules, then I would kindly say goodbye, that sort of thing. But yeah.
Sounds like the boundaries are real murky though in your relationship.
Murky in terms of
Like,
what?
well, like he can go have relations with another person only if you approve,
And
and then
vice
you guys
versa.
are both, and vice versa. So do you have to get approval ahead of time?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. So yeah, what's the point of your relationship?
Emotional connection, similar to like
Why
I
don't you
said,
just, why don't you just get a therapist? I mean, I don't get what makes it like
I feel
exclusive
like
between you guys.
well, it's I guess it's like in terms of value, like just value in general, like what he has has to offer in terms of emotional
Hold on,
needs.
real
I
quick.
feel
A couple
like
of people have asked what OF means. It's where you sell your body online. You sell yourself online. It's a website where you can sell. You're basically making your body be a marketplace for other people to purchase. Sorry, go ahead.
oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to think about. Like I think you're coming up with really good points that really like make me think in terms of where it's valued and what have you. So I really appreciate that. But in terms of our relationship, I don't think there's a connection like you said with a therapist. Like why don't you go seek emotional support from a therapist? I feel like it's a different kind of level of support in terms of just like I guess emotional needs. I feel like I don't seek that from a therapist, and I feel more comfortable with my partner and my partner now and stuff. And like I said, I disconnect sex from emotional strengths within a relationship, anyways.
Got it. So the the exclusivity in your relationship is only essentially for emotional support and connection, not for physical or sexual. You guys get that maybe from each other, but also other people as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, got it. So you're like you're friends, but have benefits, and then you're also using other people for sexual pleasure. So you're polyamorous.
Not necessarily because they're not involved within our relationship in terms of emotional or any kind of
All right. Well, but
like
do you
any
guys are
intimacy.
you guys physically with other people
Yes,
sexually?
yes.
Okay. There's there can't not be emotion involved.
Who's to say that? Isn't that a little subjective to say?
I don't know, man. I don't know how you can have sex or do sex things without there being any emotion involved. That's just not how it works.
Mm,
Like, yes,
I don't
it's
know.
a physical act, but it's also an emotional act.
Well,
I'm
that
not
depends
asking
on
you
who
to
you
agree
ask.
with
Though.
me. I mean, sure.
Oh no, of course, no, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
yeah, no worries.
All right. See ya.
All right, see you.
All right. Off to the races, people. Off to the races. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. Hello, Morg. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Faith Duncan. Hello. Who else I saw there? Hi there, Melanie. What's going on?
Hi. Okay, so I didn't know exactly like if I'm supposed to like voice my opinion or what exactly I'm like supposed to say.
Okay. I can't help you with what you're supposed to say. There's
Oh,
nothing
well,
that you're supposed to say or not say.
okay.
There's just one question
So
up there. It says, is porn cheating?
I personally think it is.
Okay. Tell me more.
So I'm religious, and I like a few like it was kind of like about a year ago. My boyfriend had expressed to me that we'd been together for about 8 months, and he had told me that he for a long time had watched porn, and that was not something that I knew. It kind of caught me off guard, and I don't know. I kind of felt a little upset, I guess, because it was more of like him watching other people, and it kind of made me feel a little bad about myself, like as if like I wasn't good enough. And so I think, I mean, we got him help, and we tried to do the best that we could to like Bible studies and talking together and going to church and just stuff like that. And that kind of like helped. And I feel like he's been doing better. But I personally believe that it was cheating. And not, I don't necessarily, I don't, I feel like it could go either way because like I used to think that it wasn't cheating, but
When you say you're religious, could you define that?
I'm a Christian. I'm a Baptist.
Okay. And you think porn is or isn't cheating?
I personally think it's cheating.
Okay. Got it. But you didn't used to think it's cheating?
No, but I think that was just because I wasn't in a relationship. And I was with someone who kind of like thought a lot of things were okay. And then I kind of like grew, and I did a lot of research and became religious, and so that now I kind of do think it's cheating.
Got it. Okay. So does your husband still watch porn?
No, I don't. No, he does not.
You sure?
Yes. Well, I would like to believe that he isn't lying to me. I would like to believe that he isn't still watching it. But
Is he there? Let's get him on. Let's ask him.
oh no, he's not here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I heard a kid.
It's okay.
Okay. What did he do to stop watching porn? Did he get help?
We had like blockages, kind of like we would block the sites he would use, and we would suspend the apps. And we would I don't know, we would kind of do like check-ins, like he would tell me if he felt tempted or if he felt the need to watch it. I mean it's kind of like a sickness. I feel like, I mean, once you start doing it, you kind of can't stop. And from personal experience, it's a hard thing to stop. And so we would just check up on each other, and we would talk to each other, and
Yeah,
it got
so
to the point.
I hope he's. Oh, sorry. Finish your sentence.
Oh no, it's okay. I was about done.
Okay. I hope he's stopped. I'd also just offer, in my experience, the odds of being clean after 6 months without some sort of professional help is basically zero. Or differently put, the odds of relapse is almost 100% if you don't get some sort of professional help. That can be a therapist, a coach, a counselor, a support group. Just the accountability within the relationship is usually not enough. Now, I'm not saying he's not clean right now,
Oh
right?
yes,
But
yes.
I just want to say this to you and anybody else, because we have it all the time. Hey, Mary, I have people come on here and say, oh, he doesn't do it because he told me he wasn't going to do it. And I had this person a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, go ask him. Just go ask him. And she woke him up and asked him, and he said he was. And then she came back and she was devastated. So I'm not saying that's your situation. I want to be clear on that. However, if he hasn't done like real intense work to like dig deep into what's going on, oftentimes people can be, like a dry drunk, where maybe they aren't actively doing it, but they haven't healed what's going on, and they may go back to it at some point. So
In case it does pop back up again, or like I check in with him and it's something that he goes back doing, what are some things that I could do? Like I know there's not really a lot that I can do, but what can I do to help him? or like refer him to. I don't really know how to
Yeah.
help.
Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I would recommend getting a therapist, a specialized therapist, a CSAT, certified sex addiction therapist, or a counselor or coach. I'm a coach. I specialize in this. So doing some sort of one-on work like that where you're diving into the inner child wound that's causing him to go to pornography in the first place. You got to heal that wound. You got to find and heal the wound, or else they're probably not going to be clean and stay clean. 2, shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. So you got to name the shame, speak it to the light. In community, healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. I'm telling you, I keep on reading books, and all these books, every one of them, the evidence still, it's all the same. You got to be in community. You got to talk about your problems so that you can get help and go forward. So some sort of group work, as well as just taking into account, what are you watching? What are you listening to? What kind of books are you reading? What kind of YouTube videos are you watching? What podcasts are you listening to?
In the comments, is this rave music?
What the heck? And if you're listening to that,
Well,
okay.
no, this is not me.
What the heck? Where is this coming from? There's no way that was me. What was that? Well, I'm sorry, I just kicked you. And then it stopped, so. That was weird. It had to have been you. So the third thing is consider what you're putting in your brain. Garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're watching porn, you're going to treat other people poorly, especially women. Yeah, it was probably something on TikTok. If you're reading books about how to heal, about how to change your life, about how to find a purpose and vision in your life, you're going to move in that direction. Sorry, I'm all disoriented now. Okay. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Hello. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. Appreciate that. Oh, let's do a poll. Let's do a little poll here. Text poll. Is corn cheating? Shocker, huh? Right there. Right there. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, not much. How are you?
Good, what's up?
I just had a question about well, I guess my brother grew up in like an abusive home, and he was sexually assaulted by his parents. So would that like make a child want to watch pornography eventually because of like that kind of trauma at a young age?
First of all, I'm sorry to hear that for your brother and for you being in that family. Oftentimes, that type of behavior does lead to or contribute to unwanted sexual behavior, pornography included. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's probably a connection there. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was like, if it could be like generational, or if it just like, or is it just a choice that you make eventually if you're experience those things.
Well, everything's a choice. But I think it's certainly generational. The problem that we're facing in this day and age with pornography. I mean, people like 40 and under, I'm 39, people 40 and under, especially people in their 20s and teens right now, the odds of making it out of your teenage years without being exposed to pornography is essentially zero. And it hooks you. Unfortunately, it hooks you because it's arousing. On one hand, it's arousing. On one hand, it's disgusting and shameful. So it's hard, especially if you have access to iPads or tablets or computers without restrictions on the internet and your parents don't know what you're doing. And if there's some sort of abuse, it can almost pique that curiosity. So yeah, it's just everywhere. Has your brother gotten help for that, like as a kid?
Um, I don't think my parents really knew what to do. Um,
But
and like he also
one of those parents was the abuser, or was your brother adopted or
no, so
something?
my brother was adopted,
Got it. Okay.
so I think they knew the risk going in, but I don't think they thought it was going to be as bad as it was, especially for my younger brothers, because I have three. He like introduced them to porn, so they all deal with it, and so I guess I
The
just
adopted brother introduced the other brothers to porn.
yes, yeah.
Hmm. What's the age difference?
Um, I think they're 4 years. My brother's 23, and my two younger brothers are 19.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a bummer. Um, okay. What about you? How were you impacted by the family growing up?
Um, I just tried to keep them together. I mean, my brother introduced me to porn when I knew about it, um, but I never watched it until I started playing on this lacrosse team, and then all my teammates were doing it, and I put it in my head as like it was for educational purposes, but it really wasn't. You know how kids say that.
Yeah.
But
Adults say that too, by the way. Stick around.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it really just like we're all adopted and our parents were all part of like um kind of like the stripper industry stuff, all our parents were. So
Hmm.
I sometimes I wonder if it is like generational, but I also think it is a choice at the same time because like sometimes I feel like it just feels so natural to be around that like area like around those certain people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course it would for you if that's what was normalized for you growing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you in a relationship?
No.
I just noticed your name too, a family of misfits. Yeah. So what do you want to be different in your life?
Um, that's a good question.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is more like that. I don't need to have like desires to be met to be um, special. Like, I don't need to be in a relationship to feel loved or um, to be validated to be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just like not having my parents there, I'm just waiting for someone to tell me I'm good enough and then I can go do what I'm meant to do with my life. But that's not,
Hmm.
I'm more than just wanting validation. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Who are you waiting to hear that from?
Oh, I mean, I know the person, it's my mother, but like, that's never gonna happen. So, it's just like trying to move on, knowing that she chose a different life over her like kids is kind of a hard thing it makes me not want to be in a relationship, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think that you're loved or worthy of love, even if you don't hear it from your mom?
No.
Hmm.
Like I always say I'm like I wouldn't marry myself. I'm like I people are like, "Oh, you're marriage material now." I'm like, I don't see what everyone's seeing, but I'm okay with being alone. I don't like being alone, but it's just like it's better than being hurt and putting feelings out there if people are just going to leave.
Hmm. It's scary to love. It's risky because when we love and we open ourselves up, we can be hurt.
Yeah,
And the sad reality is you may never hear that from your mom.
right.
But the question to ask yourself is it true? Am I lovable? Am I worthy of love? Am I valuable? I think that's true for you. I think that's true for everybody. And I also think you're normal for asking yourself that question.
Yeah.
You're giving your mom a lot of power there.
Yeah.
And I don't know your whole story, obviously. Maybe something for you to look at.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye bye. Brandy, did you accept on purpose? Or I'm sorry, request on purpose? Probably not.
Hi.
Hey there, what's going on?
Okay. Nothing much. So I am 40, so I'm not in the 20s.
Okay.
But I honestly, when I saw this on my FYP as porn cheating, yes, I do believe when you're in a relationship, like it affects the whole emotional intimacy, like in a romantic relationship. And not only that, but it causes problems. Like it leads, like watching that over and over and a man or a woman, it can lead to an addiction. And it, like, there's such a decrease in communication and trust when you find that out. And also what I realized, like as a nurse for so many years and just talking to different people, a lot of times the people, and this is just my opinion and everybody can say what they go to that because I think they aren't getting enough at home, but it puts up a false perception. Like, so I remember when I was in church not too long ago, like a couple years ago, um, he was talking about a man that came clean with porn addiction and he could not, perform for his wife because he has this false perception of what he was seeing on, you know, these sites.
Yep.
And these sites are staged, it makes it look so good and amazing. And it's like, it puts it like, oh, why can't she do that? Why is he not doing that? And it's crazy. And what's crazy is that our kids could accidentally type in something and that will pull up. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just so sad. But that's my opinion. And I mean, it it's damaging. It has a damaging effects on relationships.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. You said you're
Hmm.
40. Did you ever have a time where you believed that like porn was fine, there was no problem, like in your early
Okay,
20s? And if so, tell
as
people maybe
a
what changed your mind on that.
so as a couple, I thought it was okay to watch it together.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay, so in a relationship, marriage, I thought it was okay to watch it together. And then I don't know if I'm the only one, but as you're watching it together, you realize like, wow, she looks way hotter than me, or she's doing that way better than me. And it's like, why am I doing this? I don't feel like I'm doing that correctly. Or I'm sure he's like, um, yeah, I wish she would do it like that. You know what I mean? Um, and then it's like, why am I comparing myself to someone that is staged with cameras all around and doing this for a living that has no morals, no values, no anything? Why do I have to sit there and feel like that? But it just leads to insecurity and jealousy. And then it becomes, like an addiction that could lead to obsession. And it, it honestly just leads into security and jealousy. And yes, I am very guilty of watching it with my partner, not alone. And I feel like men, and I don't feel like this, I think it's statistically shown that men watch it more than women. Um, However, that's just me, but it's unrealistic expectations that make people feel less attractive and desirable.
Yeah.
And it's,
What made you change? Thank you for sharing that, by the way. When did you change your perspective on that, and what led to that change?
um, being insecure. I don't want to compare myself to those people on those sites because I will never be like that. I'll never have the perfect stomach. I have kids. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it makes you feel so freaking insecure, and it's just a distraction from other aspects of life.
Hmm.
And I wish so many people could understand that, especially people with like porn addictions. Like it affects your personal relationships, and it just it's a false expectation of your own partner because you're watching someone that's not real
Yeah.
and expecting that real partner to perform what you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how you put that. It's just not real. It's fantasy. It's fake. It's
No,
staged. It literally can't be sex, because sex
I
is
know.
intended to be between two living, breathing people in person with each other, sharing their bodies with one another. You can't do that with a piece of metal.
You
It's not
know.
sex. So it's a counterfeit of what sex
Yeah,
actually is. And
I
it
know.
always gets you further away from real sex. People are like, oh, it helps us in the bedroom. No, it doesn't. It
No,
gets you further away from actually experiencing true intimacy
because as
100% of
a
the time.
wife, and I knew he was watching that, and there were times I thought to myself, wow, I didn't look like what he was getting off to in that video. Like, come on. And so it just causes it just makes you neglect the partner, and it leads to serious problems in your mental health.
Yeah.
And that's just
Uh,
me.
so you're still married?
No.
Oh, you're not married. How long have you guys
No.
not been married?
All right, so I was married for 12 years. We had children. I've been divorced for 5.
Got it. Okay.
I'm 40.
Okay. Was the pornography a part of that, or
Only together.
I mean,
So
like
whenever I
that led up to the divorce, or
No, but I can tell you that any guy that I date or associate with, I immediately communicate, look, if you are watching that and doing that, that's not for me. Like,
hmm
I don't, that's not cool
hmm
at all.
yeah,
Like, that is a stab in my back, I feel like. And I also, like, feel like when the release of the movie 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like that is when so much started with like not just so much men, but more of the women
yeah.
watching it, and it was just okay.
It almost help women normalize
Right. Yes.
their own fantasy. Yeah.
because if you read the books, you were like curious and you're like, okay. And it put a side into you that you're like, okay, well, let me get curious and go see these sites that these guys, but you have to set boundaries and create your rules for your partner, and what it is.
Is eating at
I don't
Hooters
know.
cheating? It certainly can be, bro.
But I feel like it's so gross and it's hurtful if you catch them doing it, and I can't
Yeah.
imagine like finding my man doing it, but it is what it is, and it's so easy. Like I said, our kids could accidentally type corn, see, like mean to type, and pull that up,
Yeah.
and it's just so sad.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Problems. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You have a great night.
All right. You too. Take care. Morg, I missed the bug. I didn't get the bug. I really would have flexed that one if I got the bug. Give me a follow, guys, if you don't follow me already. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach. I am a coach. I help people who are dealing with unwanted sexual behavior or the aftermath that it causes. I coach people one-on-one as well as in groups. The groups are both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction or other unwanted sexual behavior, as well as I have groups for women who are dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that ensues after they discover that their partner has had an affair or is using pornography or other types of unwanted sexual behavior. If you're interested in that, go to the link in my bio. You can schedule a call with me or join one of my groups. And who is next? Fat Boy, what was his name? I want to argue with the dude. It's the best way to get it going. How long will I be live? Probably about another hour. Daryl, you want to chat? Those keyboard warriors typically don't want to chat. Yep, see, Daryl doesn't want to chat. He's too scared. He won't come and share his opinion. I don't care what your opinion is, man. Let's just chat. I don't necessarily want to argue. I'll just ask questions. I won't argue. If you want to argue, I'll argue. Keyboard warriors are the best. You call them out, they stop talking. Daryl, Olivia, I'm no keyboard warrior. I just don't like to be the main thing. And that's... Do you watch porn, Daryl? You can be the secondary thing. You don't have to be the main thing. I think both Daryl and Fat Loser should come on. All right. Well, we'll bring somebody else on. Let's bring this guy on. He probably doesn't want to argue, but it's fine. Davin? Not a keyboard warrior, just shy. Come on, Drew. What happened? Debate. Yeah, debate. Debate's a better word. Who wants to debate? Who wants to debate? Hey there, what's going on, Carly?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What's up?
I don't think it's cheating. I mean,
Okay.
unless your partner doesn't want you to do it and you're doing it behind their back or something.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Not currently, no.
Okay. All right. So if you were in a relationship, you'd have no issue with your partner masturbating while watching other women have sex?
No.
Okay.
I,
Why?
I've had partners that have watched it in the past.
Okay. So you wouldn't be okay with it, or you would be okay with it?
I would be fine with it.
Oh, well, I said you would be okay with it, and you said no. So you would be fine with it?
I would be fine with it, yes.
Okay, got it. So do you have an expectation that your partner's do only have eyes for you?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think that watching that is them not having eyes for me.
Oh,
I think that
interesting.
we're
What?
animalistic and it's normal to have feelings toward other people or think things.
Let me be real clear here. You
It's-
just compared the men you date to animals.
I mean, we're wired to breed, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, isn't that the point of a relationship? It's like we like settle down with one other person.
Yeah. I I'm not saying that like I would be okay with them actually acting on it.
Do they masturbate while watching the other women?
Yes, but that's different
That
than
seems like an
actually
action.
penetrating another woman.
Oh, got it. So cheating starts at penetration. Is that your assertion?
Physical contact with another person would be cheating.
What kind of contact?
You know, kissing, doing the actual act, touching each other, things like that.
Okay. So if they send pictures of their eggplant to somebody else and maybe solicit pictures from the other person and say, "Oh, the things I'd like to do to you, I want to run away with you, do all this stuff," that wouldn't be cheating because there's no kiss involved.
Well, no, because there's intimate level
Well,
of cheating. I
okay.
would
Well,
consider
hold on.
that
I'm
cheating.
I'm just trying to be clear. First, you said it started at the moment of insertion, then you back down to kissing. Now you're backing down a little more. So where is it? Where does cheating begin?
Okay, well, I think it's different than watching some random people on the internet and then actually having contact with someone. For example, like an OF girl, I think that would be more along the lines of cheating
Okay.
because there's actual talking to somebody and intimate connection and sharing things with someone. Whereas when you're sitting behind a computer watching something, there isn't anything like that.
Got it. So the moment you pay for OF, is that when it becomes cheating? I'm just trying to
I
get
don't
clear.
think so.
I'm just
No,
asking
no, I don't.
questions.
I mean, I don't think so. I think you could pay for it. I mean, you can pay for a video on the internet as well.
Okay, so paying for OF still isn't cheating?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So when does cheating begin?
When it's an intimate connection, so when you're actually either physically talking to them or physically touching them.
Okay. Okay, but
With it,
go back to the whole I asked you about if you're sending eggplant pics and soliciting other pictures back and talking to them. If that's not physical, like in person, is that cheating?
yes, it's intimately cheating. Correct.
Okay. So help me understand, just following your logic. You said physical in person contact. Now you're saying it's not. So which is it?
No, I said intimate back then when you brought up that point.
You said physical.
That there is
Physically
intimate
intimate.
cheating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay. All right. So when it becomes intimate is what you're saying?
Correct.
And how would you define that?
I kind of just did with, when you actually are talking to someone with intent like that.
Okay. What if you're thinking it and you're thinking all the things that you'd want to do or say to that person? When your heart posture shifts away from your partner towards somebody else. Would that be cheating?
I don't think
Like
so. I don't think it's
actively
cheating unless
lusting
you,
after somebody else.
I don't think it's cheating unless you act on it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hear you, and in my experience, people don't just the affair starts long before the physical act, way long before. They start getting these ideas in their head, and what would it be like to leave this relationship to go somewhere else? And it's over months or even years, could be decades. The act is the culmination of it, but That's my opinion. Doesn't have to be your opinion. So thanks for sharing.
Okay. Thanks for having me up.
All right. Bye-bye. I love that sliding scale. Fat boy. Oh, Fat Loser's here. Here we go. Probably going to get banned for hate speech. What's up, Fat Loser?
What's going on?
Not much. What's up?
I don't think it's cheating. I agree with what Carly said. If it's intimate, it's kind of crossing the line cheating. But if you just watching it, I mean, you're just a human being. You're just looking at another person.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Not at the moment, no. And it's because of that.
They never are. Okay. It's because of that? Tell me more.
Uh, it's just because of that. Like,
Because of
I
porn?
don't know. No, because she's insecure. That's what it is. That's what all these women are saying is cheating. Is just insecurity. That last girl, Carly, came on with confidence. She just said, I don't think it's cheating. Like,
Well, notice she came out confidently saying it's not. This is cheating. And then I asked her a question. And then she was like, oh, no, this is cheating. Then she's like, well, no. No. If I kept asking her questions, I would have gone down about 10 steps further.
no, you just kind of like twisted the words to make it sound like it's wrong. At bottom of the line, you kind of like,
Well, do you think
I
it's
don't know.
wrong to masturbate watching other people have sex if you're in a committed relationship?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
And you're blaming all other women for being insecure because you're
I'm
wanting
not
to
only
masturbate.
blaming women. Hey, I'm not. It's not one sex thing here. Men or women, if they get intimate, then
Are
it's
you gay?
cheating. But if a man, no, not at all.
Oh,
But if my
okay.
girl watched porn, I wouldn't be mad.
Okay. So when you're in a relationship, what's the agreement in the
Gay
relationship?
have to do with anything.
Well, I said
What
I
is the
said
what?
women, and then you corrected me and said men. So that's why I was curious.
Sure.
Are you bi?
No,
Okay.
100% straight.
Okay. All right. So when you're in a relationship, what's your agreement with your partner?
Mm, what do you mean? We have to agree on something? Is this? Do you believe in like Jesus, or are you Christian, or some kind of something like that? There's like
Well,
rules to a relationship. I'm like a
I'm curious why.
guideline on you're supposed to follow.
I'm confused. You're the first person who's brought up God or Jesus in here. Why are you asking that? I just asked
No,
what
you
your
asked like
agreement is when you're in a relationship.
you asked somebody 2 people ago if she's Christian.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
She said she's religious, and I said, what do you mean by when you stated you're religious? What did you mean by that?
sure. Well, an agreement. Yeah, just be loving, trusting, and faithful, I guess. And our agreement is to agree on our disagreements. That would be mine. And if I had a relationship, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, have you ever heard the phrase relationships are founded on trust?
Yeah.
Okay. In order to trust somebody, you have to like have things to trust them with. There has to be agreements in the relationship.
Sure. And if somebody doesn't like something that the other person is doing, that doesn't mean the other person is being untrusting. That just means somebody doesn't like what the other person is doing. I'll be 100% honest, and I'm not hiding what I watch. So
Well, I
if
just
it,
asked, what's the agreement in your relationship? That can be so broad. It can have to do with money. It can have to do with sex. It can have to do with career. It can have to do with
oh yeah,
children's.
well,
The world's your
I
oyster with
guess
how
I'm
you
the
want to
type.
answer that question.
Yeah, I never even thought about that question. I thought it was just common sense. You just felt something. It was like a connection, and
Well, what's
you just
common,
roll with
I
the
think this
punches.
is just my experience. I'm from the United States. Typically, there's I would say the default expectation in a relationship, and chat, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but typically the default expectation is that when you're in a committed relationship based on monogamy, the expectation is that it's only the two of you and there's not other people involved, whether that's in real life or on a screen. Typically, that's the default expectation. Now, not everybody has that expectation. Sounds like you don't.
Yeah,
But
but
that's why it's like, what's
how
the
can
agreement?
looking at a screen hurt someone's feelings so bad? Does it hurt your feelings?
Well,
Like that,
why don't you go ask all your
whatever
former
your partner.
partners? Why don't you ask all your former partners?
I do, and they all say it's because it makes them feel like they're not good enough, which is insecurity.
Well, there's your feedback.
It has nothing to. Yeah, I'm asking you though.
Well, because if the default expectation is that it's only the two of you, when they discover that you have other people, it it's like an earthquake for them.
And that's not having someone on your screen isn't having another person. That's something on your screen to
Well,
look at,
do you
just like
think
watching TV.
do you think it's
It's an
honorable to your
insecurity thing.
partner? Do you think it's no? I actually think it's insecure. It's the most secure thing to do to be caught off guard when your partner's masturbating while watching other people have sex. It's like I'm so secure that I'm going to call this person out on it. But
No.
what do you think
What
it
if
would
you're
be
just
honoring?
honest? What if there's no calling out or catching? What if it's just, hey, I do this?
Well,
Why
just
does it got to
be
be catching?
well. Do you disclose it to him before the relationship starts?
Uh, I mean, I have and I haven't, but it was never no catching. It's just kind of like hey, you must do this, do you? Or gotten asked. To
How
me,
old are you?
30.
Are you fat?
What does that got to do with anything?
Your username is Fat Loser. I'm curious. Are you fat?
No, no, I'm normal weight.
Okay. Are you a loser?
I don't, I don't think I'm a loser.
Okay. Why is your name Fat Loser?
Why can't it be? I don't know. Why not?
It's not up to me to decide. I'm just curious. Why is your name Fat Loser?
I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like people clicking on my profile. No one's clicking on fat loser profile.
Okay. All right. What's the longest relationship you've been in?
4 years.
Okay. Is there a theme to why your relationships aren't successful?
I've only been in 2 relationships, and to me, it's because I'm confident in myself. I have no issues with being disloyal. If a woman approaches me in public and is a nice human being, I'm gonna also be a nice human being back. I'm not gonna be flirty. I'm not gonna know where the line is to cross. I'm not gonna even attempt that because all my mind, if anything intimate, is going into if I had a girlfriend and when I had a girlfriend would be going to her. So there's no problem with me getting a coffee somewhere and a girl says, hey, I like your shirt. And I say, thank you. You have a nice shirt as well. Being just a kind person, making that person's day a better day by being a kind person. And if a girlfriend of any person or boyfriend got upset or whatever, if it was the opposite sex in the situation, then that's an insecurity. There's nothing wrong with opposite sex. And that's where the whole thing with people thinking that this is cheating is because they're insecure.
Okay.
It's all boils down to insecurities. Not everybody, like looking at a screen is not anything intimate. There's nothing about no,
Do you
oh,
masturbate
I
while looking at
wish
the screen?
uh, what else would you do? I mean, no, not all the time. I can like, I don't know.
Do you sometimes
No,
masturbate while looking at those things on the screen?
no, I don't have to.
Oh, so you don't masturbate while you watch porn?
No, if that comes up, it's just checking it out, seeing what's up. Like, wow, this is interesting. Hey, that's cool. Let me
Okay.
try that in bed. Well, you're like,
Okay. So you don't masturbate while you watch porn?
I mean, have I? Yes, but do I? Is that like the thing to do it for? No.
When's the last time you masturbated while watching porn?
Holy shit. What is this? How about, can we go back to something else? Like, you want to know what fucking, how big my dick is too?
No. I could take
I
a
think,
guess.
I think you do this. I think you do this because, like, and I swear to God, like 3 lives ago, when you kicked that girl off, that's because you got a freaking advertisement up in the background. You accidentally clicked play.
No, I actually checked all my tabs. I had nothing open besides my YouTube feed and my Twitch feed. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's cheating, and I think that like
So when's the last time you
you just
masturbated
try to
while watching porn?
I had let's see this.
This morning?
No, I was gonna say some smart ass shit, but I didn't. If my girl's watching, I didn't want her to get mad. But
Hold on, you said you're not in a relationship.
I'm not. She's still my girl. She's
What
still
do
the
you
one I love. She's still insecure, and that's why we're not
hold
technically
on?
in a
Does she know
relationship.
you?
Yes,
Does she know you exist? Like, who's this girl?
it's my girl, bro. What do you mean? Does she know I
What do
exist?
you mean, my girl?
The
Like, do you own
relationship I've
her?
been
We
in for
don't. We don't
4
own
years.
people. What are you talking about? You said you're not in a relationship. Now it's like my girl. I hope
Did
she's
I
watching
say I
this.
own her?
No, I asked if you own
I
her.
hope she is too, to be honest. 'Cause there's a lot of good points with some people. Do I own her? What do you think? Is this fucking 19
You
whatever 1800s?
you're speaking as though it is. You said my girl.
No, dude. And as in the girl I care for, the girl who cares for me. What else do you think? You so fucking. What is this? You and your
When's the last time you
you type of
masturbated while
people,
watching
man.
porn?
I can't remember, bro. It's been that long.
Okay. So why do you watch porn?
I don't. But if it comes up, it's not like, oh my god, let me get this off my fucking screen. Or
When's the last time you
I have
watched
no
porn?
issue with it. I don't know. Define that. Like,
Porn, erotic imagery usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of another person with
oh
the
shit,
erotic
I seen
intent
an
to
erotic
arouse.
image. Every time I open my phone, I see an erotic image. What do you mean? It's
Okay.
2024.
All right. So you watch porn daily.
I don't watch it daily, and but like you said, erotic image. If that considers to be fucking porn, that's on everybody's phone every day. Who are you kidding,
It's
dude?
not on my phone.
Who are you kidding? For real, who are you kidding? What, a lot of people in this chat and you need to wake up. Like Jesus ain't fucking real. You know,
According to
nobody.
what?
There ain't no
According to
fucking
what?
afterlife,
According to what is Jesus not real? Cite your source.
bro. You can just be a good person in life, and like
Hold
shit
on.
will
Hold
go
on.
all
Hold on.
right.
Hold on.
You know
Hold
what I
on.
mean?
Hold on. You made an assertion there. According to what is Jesus not real?
What the fuck is you on? You Bible thumper, huh? What do you
Bro,
think's after
you
this life?
so again, just to remind you, so far you're the only person who's mentioned the word God or Jesus. You introduced it here to the conversation. So I'm challenging
So
your
what do I win?
assertions. What's that?
What are you challenging? Let's
You
do it.
said Jesus isn't real, and I asked you to cite your source.
Oh, I guess yeah. However you want to look at it. I'm just saying, um, if you wake up every day and you be nice to people, why do you got to believe in anything that's like a higher power? Why can't you just believe in yourself to be like the highest power and a good person? And
Because in my experience with people, most people have these depths of their heart, depths of their soul that are pretty yucky, mine included. If we were left to our own vices, ugh. If it was up to me, man, I would watch porn, play video games, and masturbate all day. But
okay, yeah,
that
let's
would
go to
suck.
this
I've
because
tried that
someone.
before.
Okay, check this out. Is it you keep saying earlier it's an addiction, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Well,
You want to go
what
back to
else
the
didn't you
keyboard?
say? No, I keep talking, dude. I go
All
on.
right.
Let's
Well,
add another person in. I got more
I
to say. What you want to ask? You keep
you
saying you don't
haven't
say nothing, but
you
I didn't
haven't
say that.
said
I didn't
anyway.
say that. You did say that.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I said I help men who are dealing with porn addiction. I didn't say porn is an addiction. I didn't say that, Kelly. I said I'm a coach and I help people who struggle with porn addiction. Roll the tape.
Fuck your tape, dude. You ass backwards.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting. See ya. Brandy, you accepted again. Porn certainly can be an addiction. No doubt about that. Hey, what's going
Hello.
on? Hi there.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, so this is coming from the experience from I'm 19, I'm almost 20. I'm engaged in a 4-year relationship with an almost 1-year-old baby. So, I
Okay.
believe that not necessarily is it cheating, but it is disrespectful, and it also leads to more temptation and more cheating also in the real life. While you're looking at a screen and you're getting the false sense of reality, you're believing that, okay, well, if this girl is doing this, then I believe that my girl can do that. And if she doesn't do that, then I'm going to go find better, but I'm not going to leave her. So I also had the experience with my fiance watching porn before I got pregnant. Me and him didn't have that boundary set. He didn't know how I felt about it until he told me. I explained it to him. I explained I'm not insecure of it. I just feel it's disrespectful. And what the other girl said a while back, how it gives women, like, not all of us are going to look how all of those girls do. We're not going to have blonde hair, super skinny legs, a perfect stomach. So not necessarily are we insecure. I just believe that it's going to make us look down on ourselves. It's going to make women believe that, like, why does he need to look at this when he should only have eyes for me? Why in public does he need to look at other women when he should only be looking at me? Watching porn, it's an addiction, and it leads on to affairs, cheating, all of the things involved in that circle.
Yeah, porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates into something else. It may not escalate into physical cheating, though it can, and oftentimes does, but porn use always escalates into something else.
Yeah, I agree.
So you discovered it before you guys got pregnant,
Yes.
and where are you guys at now with it?
He doesn't watch it at all. He hasn't probably in the last 2.5, 3 years. The moment I brought it to his attention, he was very understanding about it. You know, he obviously loved me enough to be like, okay, this is affecting our relationship. It is affecting the way you feel about me. It's affecting the way you feel about yourself. He had enough respect and enough love towards me to just be like, okay, I don't need this. What I need is the woman that I love. I need her to have respect for me. I need to have respect for her. I need to make sure that the boundaries that we are going to have set are going to be followed through, not going behind her back, not making sure all the things that I'm lying to her about are all this stuff. I don't really know how to explain it more than that, but it's a respect thing, you know?
Yeah, totally. I saw something the other day, and I so relate to it. To be watching pornography in secret or having an affair, which I've done both. By the way, I watched porn for about 20 years. I've been married to the same woman for 13 years. I had an affair shortly after we got married and been clean for 7 years. It is exhausting to try to cover your tracks. You have to have such a good memory to cover your tracks, to delete things, to hide things. Like, it's just not worth it. The mental space used to cover your tracks from pornography or from an affair or any other hidden behavior, it's just amazing. Think about if you put that time towards something useful. Amazing things can happen. So, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no, before I met him, I definitely had my experiences with all of that before.
Hold on real quick. I have to go off on this person. Shmurdra,
sorry.
the best way to not come on here is to beg, and I've seen you saying, I need advice, let me join, like 150 times. So please stop. Please stop. If you say it one more time, I will ban you. All right? And yes, I'm still with my wife. We've restored our marriage into something beautiful, and now I tell people to stop watching porn and to heal from betrayal trauma. Hello, Cowboy Bunny Beep. All right, go ahead, Gabby.
Hold on, to respond to this comment. I used to go through his phone when I didn't trust him. I could have left him when I found all this stuff out, but I chose not to. I chose to stay with him because of how much I loved him, and I rebuilt trust. Trust can be rebuilt.
Trust
It
is
takes
lost in
time.
buckets and earned in drops.
It takes time, but it can be rebuilt. To this day, I don't go through his phone. He allows me to. I have my Face ID. I have all of his passwords. He has nothing to hide, and I have nothing to hide, you know? Yeah, again, it's just all about respect. And from somebody who has had a past and also cheating on past partners, also watching this stuff, I can tell you also, watching it diminishes your self-character. It does not make you feel good, especially having to watch it almost every day to feel satisfied. It's kind of a leading cause in depression. It diminishes your self-worth. It just doesn't make you feel good at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. Thanks for sharing, Gabby, and good for you
Of
for
course.
standing
Thank
firm in
you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Brandy, thank you for saying that, but I didn't do that. You changed your relationship. But it is possible. It is possible to change your life, to change your relationship. No matter how bad it is, there's always hope. And Krista, are you still here? I agree with you. Unpopular opinion of the day. I believe you can take any two people and figure out how to be in a loving relationship. Trust me, guys. First few years of my marriage, I was like, oh gosh, this is not good. Now it's amazing. It's amazing what happens when you both commit to living out in the open. All right, I'll take that, Brandy. I'll take that. Thank you. Appreciate that. If you choose to bring me on, would you mind if I screen record from my own healing? Record? Yeah, it's on YouTube. This is all streamed to YouTube and Twitch also, so you do whatever you want. Anything I say, I assume, is out there forever. It's a good way to live life. At least in my opinion. Shouldn't have said what. All right, who's next? Mark. Dame, what up, coach? Who are you? This is public, Chris. Curse, whatever. This is. You hit that request button. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. 83 followers so far. Tonight, you said at the beginning of your marriage, you were like, oh, well, go ask my wife. Ask her if she liked me when we first got married. She'd be like, hell no, that guy sucked. You know? It was, I mean, we married strangers. It's like, oh, we got married relatively quickly from when we met. And I don't know. I think every relationship goes through that type of season. I sound like Seth Rogen. Thank you. Bobby, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What's up?
So, is that, I don't know, can you say that word on TikTok Lives?
What, porn?
Yeah, okay.
I can.
So,
Can
your
you?
question is porn cheating?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's cheating. I'm curious to who would say it isn't cheating, but, and I'm a gay man.
Fat Loser.
And
Fat
so,
Loser says it's not cheating. Fat Loser, you
yeah,
here?
I'm a gay.
You want to come back?
Well, actually, like in the gay community, I'm kind of frowned upon because I guess a lot of gay men would look at me as kind of heteronormative, if you will. But yeah, no. The only caveat that I would say, especially for heterosexual couples, though, because I know women's sex drive can be a lot different from men, generally speaking, is I would find it very difficult to put a demand on a man, like, hey, you cannot look at porn, and then also withhold giving him like the act, making love, because I just know for me, when I'm with a dude, if he's watching porn, he really has no excuse, because it's like, why are you watching that when I'm hot? I'm hot to go, baby. I'm ready. So it's like, no, I don't have a headache. No, I'm not tired. I'm here. So if you're watching that
I'm
stuff,
hot to go.
It's because you don't want it, or you want something else. So
Well,
it's
there's
like
something else going
that's
on. Porn is always a symptom of another problem.
yeah, because again, like the guy that I was with really like opened my eyes though to because I struggled a lot with my spirituality and my sexuality for many, many, many years. And that's because it took a long time for me to distinguish the big difference between love and sex. And when you genuinely love the person, you really don't want to look at sex with anyone else.
Yeah. So
But yeah, like I'm interested in hearing people who say like it's not cheating. What?
well, stick around. Did you just find me tonight?
Yeah, I just found you tonight. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah, man. Well, give me a follow. I mean, it's typically depending on the tone of the live, it's about 50-50. But generally, actually, it's interesting. The later in the live, I typically go live for about 3 or 4 hours. The later in the live, it becomes more people saying it is cheating because, just the way that I coach people. But yeah, man, thanks for sharing.
All right. Peace.
Yeah. All right, man. See ya. Hot to go. Hot to go. uh, all right. Who wants to debate? Who wants to debate? If you want to debate, put it in the chat. If you think that porn is not cheating and you're like real passionate about that point of view, let me know. Put it in the chat and then request. Gabe does. Hot to go. Hot to go, baby. You got to put the baby behind it too. I'm going to actually put my backup account in here. I need to get my backup account to 1,000. Hold on one second, Gabe.
Okay.
Will you guys follow my backup account, the Austin Hamilton, that one, please? Thank you. All right, Gabe, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, I don't think it's cheating, man. I respect everyone's opinion. Everyone has an opinion, like it is cheating, it isn't. From my opinion, it's not cheating.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am. I'm married.
Okay. You're married?
Yep.
Okay. What did you say on your wedding day to your partner?
No, so here's the thing, right? So when I met my wife, right, when we were dating at first, like I came out straight, right? Because I watch porn, I do all that stuff, right? Her thing was okay. Like if you're like, I respect that, but if you're gonna date me, right, don't watch porn, right? So like I understood that, right? Because if I'm gonna date this person, like I'm gonna respect the wishes, whatever. But it is my own opinion that it is not cheating, right? I respect my wife's opinion that she doesn't like it. I don't think she sees that as cheating either. I just think like what Bobby was saying, like if you love someone, you only want sex with that. You want to only see sex with that one person. But as far as like labeling it as cheating, no, I don't think so.
All right, did I hear you say your girlfriend, which became your fiance and then your wife, asked if you watch porn and requested that you not watch porn?
Yeah, no. So I told her. I watch porn, like
And she said she didn't like it.
No, she just said like, hey, you don't have to watch porn. What, like you have another alternative, right?
Oh, she was saying, what did that previous guy say? I'm hot and ready. What?
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, like I agree with what Bobby said, right? Because Bobby said,
Okay, so
if
she
you
said
really love
you
someone-
don't have to. So do you still choose to watch porn?
no, because like once I told my wife that I wouldn't, like I haven't.
Okay.
But
How long have you been married?
2 years.
Okay. So you don't watch porn.
No, but I don't think it's cheating.
Okay. What if you've agreed that your sexuality is only reserved for one another?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? It's like, I love you and only you. And I only have eyes for you. Do you think if you deviate from that, that would be cheating?
Yes, yes, in a sense that
Okay.
if you deviate from the sense of I have eyes for you, but like I have emotional feelings and eyes for that person. Yes, that is cheating. But say like you watch a movie, right? So like you said, 50 Shades of Grey earlier, right?
I didn't say that. Somebody else did.
No, but you were talking about 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, somebody else did, and I read their comment or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would that be specified as having eye for someone else in the sex scenes? No.
Okay. Okay. So we actually agree because you said it depends on what you agree on or what the agreement is within the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've agreed to monogamy, where the standard is it's just you and your partner, if you deviate from that, that's cheating. We agree.
Yes, but I think we disagree on the fact that porn is cheating in a relationship. Like if okay, so if my wife, right, she didn't say
All right,
anything to me.
hold on. I didn't say it is. I asked the question: is porn cheating?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What if you've? Well, now we're going around circles. What if you've agreed that it's just the two of you? You only have eyes for one another, and you're only committed to one another sexually. If you deviate from that, is that cheating?
Okay. Yes, in that sense,
Yeah.
because if you
Yeah.
yes, but if no, listen, because if you made a commitment, or agreement per se, right? To say, hey, I don't want you to watch porn, right? Like me and my
That's
wife did.
no, that's not an agreement. That's not a request. That's not an agreement. That's a command. That's actually
No,
just a
that's the
no,
community because
no,
you
no.
cannot
I don't want you.
you
I don't
cannot
want you to. I don't want you to watch porn. Let me give you a great example today. This happened today. I pee in the grass all the time, and my wife gets so pissed, but she's never asked me to stop. So today she caught me again peeing in the grass, and she goes, "Don't pee in the grass." I just looked at her and I heard the words she said and kept on peeing in the grass. Then she said, "Austin, will you please not pee in the grass?" And I was like, dang it. I've lived in this house for a year and a half, and she's never asked me to not pee in the grass, but she finally did today. She said, "Austin, will you please not pee in the grass?" So now I either have to say, yes, I'm going to honor you and I'm not going to pee in the grass anymore, or I'm going to say no. Basically say, I don't care what you think, I'm going to do it anyways. But I like to think I'm a halfway decent husband sometimes. So I said, okay, I won't pee in the grass anymore.
right,
So I'm
but
not going to.
we could agree that that's a request. That's not a command. You
Correct.
can't. You
So
can't
just saying don't pee in the grass, it actually makes I don't have to respond to it. It doesn't ask anything of me. It's a
right.
command.
So right. I mean, it's not a command. It's a
So now
request.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to start peeing in the rocks. Now I would not advise this when a woman says, "Will you please stop watching porn?" and you say yes. If you start watching thirst traps, that's the same thing. But I'm going to pee in the rocks from now on until I get asked to not pee in the rocks. Because the reason she wanted me to not pee in the grass is because it creates spots in the grass. Am I saying too much now? Okay. Anyways, so that's not a request. What you said when your wife was like, "Don't watch porn" or something like that.
No, it is agreement. It's not a request, right? Because like it wasn't really an ultimatum, but it was an ultimatum in a sense, right? Because she was like, hey, like I don't like, she wasn't raised like that, so like I understood her, right? So I took it upon myself, okay, so like I'm gonna change for this person, like this person doesn't want it, right? Like in a sense, like if she didn't say that at all, like and she wasn't having a problem with it, and I was still watching porn, then I wouldn't be cheating. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't agree like porn is cheating.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm off topic now because I'm talking about peeing in the grass. So I'm just reading the comments. But thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just clarify. I feel like I have to defend myself. Oh shoot! I kicked myself off. Can you guys follow my backup account? I live. Oh shoot! I just accepted somebody. I live on a corner, and so I only pee on the side where we have huge oleanders and you can't see over. Second, I probably won't actually pee in. Oh gosh. No, I'm doing. I probably won't actually pee in the rocks. I do move in different spots, but then there's like yellow spots everywhere. But you're right about the whole rock smelling. I don't want that. But here's the thing. Today I was outside grilling, and I live in Phoenix. It was like 100 and what was it today? 107 or something. I'm outside. I'm sweating. I got smoke in my face. I had to pee. What am I going to do? Go inside? The grass is right there. It's right there. Anyways, it was a great analogy, though, wasn't it? But here's the thing. Porn use always escalates. So does peeing in the grass. Look, if I kept on that path, if my wife didn't help save me, I might have started pooping in the grass. You never know. And just blame it on the turtle. I'm like, no, Jeffrey did it. That's not mine. I ate a lot of lettuce today. That's not my poop. Oh, okay. All right. Who wants to follow that act? Okay. Am I red? Am I blushing? Okay. Ape 004. It's a great metaphor. It really is. I'm developing a course right now. I'm going to put that metaphor in the course. So my wife asked me to not. Hey, what's going on? Hello. Hello. I'm going to change my prompt. Peeing in the grass is cheating. Change my mind. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Hello. I can make all the same arguments with peeing in the grass. Hi, what's going on? Hello? All these Hello? You there? Andrea? Andrea?
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I kicked you because you didn't say anything. Took too long. Oh, will you guys follow my backup account, please? Austin Hamilton. Hey, what's going on? Hello. Hello. Okay. Is it linked? It's right here. Austin Hamilton. That one. Just click on the name. Austin Hamilton. Click on this guy and follow.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. What's up?
Oh. Sorry, I'm new to this. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on this because it's been something my husband and I have gone through for years now. He has an addiction. I won't get more into that because it's not my story to tell. But
What?
I think
Hold on.
sorry.
Why is it not your story to tell?
It is, but delving into those, really private details of our marriage isn't something that I'm quite comfortable with on a live,
Got it. Okay.
It's just, yeah. I want to talk on me versus on him.
Yeah. Well, and
Like-
that's I agree. I mean, you can share your story of how you've been betrayed without, while still honoring your partner.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I've watched his struggle with it, and I've walked through it with him. And, I just wanted to say, in response to your question, is porn cheating? I think that's completely up to the relationship. If you're committed to somebody, you should probably, especially on the level of marriage or engagement, you should have already been having these types of conversations. What are you okay with? What are you not okay with? And then if you go and you make an agreement with your soon-to-be spouse or your long-term partner that, hey, yeah, I agree with you. This isn't something that's okay in our relationship.
and then you go and do it, that betrayal, I think, is cheating. It can be porn, it can be, gambling, it could be any form of things. If you go and you betray your spouse on that level, it's cheating. If you hurt
Yeah.
them and you're hurting them, and I've gone through it, and I'm still going through it. It's a really rough thing, and you lose all trust because you thought you knew this person and you thought you were on the same page, and then all of a sudden, they come over, they well he with my story, it was that I discovered everything, and it was the trickle through thing and the lies that kept continuing to build up, and now it's like it's not the porn itself, it's the lies, and it's like, what can I trust now? Because frankly, porn definitely hurt me, because our agreement before we got married was, hey, I have trauma from childhood related to porn, and I'm not going to get into that because porn hurts children too. And he knew about it, and I said, it's a trigger for me. I have PTSD. I'm not okay with it. So if you introduce that into our marriage or our relationship, then it's a deal breaker for me. And he was with me 100%. No, I don't watch porn. No, I'm not into that. And then 4 years into our relationship and one kid later, it was a multitude of just things that came out.
So you
And porn.
you left him?
No.
Didn't you say if he introduced it, it was a deal breaker?
Yeah, I did. And I am actually beating myself up 8 years later for not doing exactly what I said I would do. I let him cross a boundary, and I didn't stick to my boundary. And it broke me in so many ways, because it brought me back to a lot of things that I had to deal with in the past. And he knew about it. We've had those intimate conversations that were difficult. And, he was very ashamed, and the anger came out, the defensiveness. And I will say right now, at this point in my marriage with him, I am saying, I'm about to get out, because I've exhausted every option. We've done the counseling, we've done the podcasts, the betrayal trauma recovery, all of it.
Who else in his life knows that he's struggling with porn?
His mom. I called and told her, and she got mad at me, but I didn't care.
And that's it? That's it?
No, my parents, my friends. But you want to know something? I kind of regret telling the whole world. Because they judge me. The spouse. They judge me based on what I do or don't do. He gets away scot-free. They're not looking at him, they're looking at me.
No, he doesn't. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry you're in that situation. That's really tough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to bring awareness to the fact that not only can it be cheating, it can be a betrayal larger than that. Porn is just the start. It's especially if it's an addiction, it'll escalate. And it's hard.
Well, and that's why boundaries are so important. When we set a boundary, to actually live into that boundary is tough to do, especially when it's a hard boundary like what you set.
Yeah.
But then you stop trusting yourself. I asked my wife the other day.
Exactly.
Before my women's call, I said, "What was it, in your opinion, that allowed trust to be rebuilt in our relationship?" And she said she began to trust herself. So it's not that she trusted me more. It's that she trusted herself when her intuition told her something, or she needed to speak up about something. That was what was the catalyst for her rebuilding trust.
And you know what? I'll be raw and honest with you. I didn't know how to trust myself from childhood, because growing up in the environment I did, I learned certain ways of how relationships should be that that weren't healthy, and I got married young, and um, I never really did trust myself. I was always
Yeah.
anxious, and then getting into this, it was like the porn was just the start. I won't get into further stuff, but once he realized he could cross that boundary with me and I wasn't going to stick to my boundary, he saw what he could do to push it more
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah, and that's why holding boundaries is so important, because when we don't
Yeah.
hold them, we actually train people how to treat us, right? We train people
Yes.
how to treat us. And if we say something and then we don't live up to it, that gives people information that they can treat us that way, and we're not going to do anything about it.
Exactly. You draw the line in the sand, but then they cross the line in the sand, and then you just draw it further, and then they go, "You're just going to keep on redrawing that line, and I can keep crossing it."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's a matter of me trying to find my self worth. I'm in therapy now. I've learned that I've never trusted myself, never felt safe in my life, and trying to find out who I am and trying to figure out how to trust myself. And it's really hard to do that when the person you thought you could trust and rely on for the rest of your life and maybe beyond wasn't that person. Like it's really, really hard to do that. And I've given him chance after chance after chance, and I'm finally just, I've tried to leave once, didn't work out too well, but I'm on that. I'm at that point now. I've contacted my family. I've, let some of my pride go, and I've said, I deserve the help. I deserve to give myself grace, and the same grace I would give somebody else. So,
Yeah. Well, good for you. That's going to be a good look for you as you find yourself.
yeah, thank you. It's hard because you love that person, but sometimes they self-destruct, and if they're hurting the person that they love the most, or they say that they love the most, and the thing that they're doing is more important than the person that they've dedicated their life to, if they're continuing to do that, then they don't really love you. It
Well,
doesn't matter whether it's cheating or not.
what a man loves, he protects. If he loves watching porn, he will protect it at all costs. If he loves his wife and family, he will protect them at all costs.
Yeah, same goes with work. Same goes with, going out with the boys on all night, what a man wants to do and loves the most, he's going to go after. But I think it goes the same for women. Like, if you love the person you're with and you have made vows to that much, as much as you say you do, then you're going to do your darnest to try to show them that love. And I have made the mistake of letting it be unconditional and loving him through the pain he has brought me, and I didn't deserve it. And there were many times that I should have walked away, and I didn't, because I thought forgiveness is best, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to forgive later, heal first, forgive later. So I just want to let any other person, woman or man or in between, know that if you're in a situation like this, porn or anything else, where your person is hurting you, walk away. Don't be like me. Don't stick around this long. Don't come back. It ain't worth it. You'll lose yourself, and you'll lose trust in yourself, and that is
Yeah.
a whole different heartbreak.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. I'm sorry you're going through that.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your platform. You're doing great.
All right. Thanks. Bye bye. Brandy, I'm going to assume you did this on purpose. Oh, wait. You're gone now? I hit accept. Oh, yeah. Video callers. Let's do that. Oh, thank you, Krista. By the way, I'm gonna go pee, not in the grass. I'm gonna go in the toilet like a non-porn watching civilized person. Will you guys follow my backup account for me, please, so I can get it to 1,000, so I can put a link in my bio, so I can create other content. When I come back, here's what we're gonna do. If you want to come on, you have to have your camera on. All right, that's it. And you have to have your camera on within 10 seconds of me bringing you on, or I'll kick you off. I don't care what story you have for me. If the camera's not on, you won't be on. Okay? So I'm going to go pee. Hold on. All right. All right. Should I do one at a time or 4? Just put in the chat if I should have one guest on at a time or 4. And just to answer the question for those that might be new here, I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, soul, till death do us part. I think if you deviate from that, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, that's cheating. It's going against the agreement. And how do I know this? Well, that's what all the experts say. I've helped hundreds of people through this. And I myself watched porn for about 20 years. And also it escalated into physical cheating. While I was married, I'm still married to the same woman. We've been married for 13 years. 7 of those have been wonderful. 6 of them were not wonderful. But I'm so grateful for the last 7 and the future, however many, because it's amazing now that I'm not living in secret and that we actually love each other. And my wife has chosen to stand by me. And we have restored our marriage into something wonderful. And it's possible. There's hope. There's hope for you. It is so much better on the other side. A man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. A man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. Could be porn, could be sex, could be drugs, could be alcohol, could be work, could be greed, could be pride. A man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. I'm seeing mostly people saying 1. So we'll start with 1. And the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. It's connection with other people. If you want to heal, don't do it alone. If you want to go, hold on. I'm the master at screwing up sayings. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Yeah, I know, full faith. It doesn't need to be scientific. All right, camera's on. Camera's on. If you want to come on here, camera on or kick. Is reading 50 Shades of Grey cheating too? Because I bet there's a lot of quite. I don't think it's porn, but I think it's categorically different, but it can have a similar outcome. Men receive grace in cheating. It's okay, he touches grass with reality. Can you see yourself giving grace? Tell someone you're struggling. Watch it suddenly lessen the grip on you. 100%. I saw someone ask if relapse is inevitable. Relapses do happen. Relapses do happen. That's for sure. Relapse is only a failure if you don't learn from it. And I like to say, let's see those relapses happen less and less frequently to where they don't happen anymore. So, and it's always, whenever there's a relapse, it's always there's a conversation that could have or should have been had. So what's the conversation that should have been had instead of choosing to go masturbate while watching somebody have sex? I didn't answer, sir. I didn't answer. Ask what? Answer what? How do you believe in once a cheater, always a cheater for some people? I don't love that phrase because, but it's like, I'm not immune to going back to what I was doing. I'm 3 bad decisions away from, being drug addicted, porn addicted, alcohol addicted. I'm not immune to that. And neither are you from being addicted to something. We're all human. So I think it's like pride comes before the fall. But the phrase, do I believe once a cheater, always a cheater? I don't believe in that. No, no, I think people can wake up and have an awareness. Say, oh yeah, I don't want to live that life anymore. And it's genuine. There's that addiction word, fat loser. Hi there, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you 18 or over?
Yes. Yes. I'm 26.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, so yeah, I've been watching you for a while and I'm like, I want to join today. So for me personally, I know that I guess cheating is depending on the person, but for me personally, I do believe it is a form of cheating. It's not a physical cheating, but I do believe it's a mental cheating. I've heard a lot of people say like, but it's on the internet, like there shouldn't like it shouldn't matter because it's on the internet. But I always like to think of it as like, okay, well, what if those women you're watching online or men are your neighbors? Like what about, at the end of the day, they're still human, like at the end of the day, you can you can see them in person. They're living, like they're still out there. Mm-hmm. And so I always think of it that way, where it's like, okay, you want to say it that way, but it's like, yeah, they could be your neighbors. And what? How am I supposed to feel as your partner if they were to be your neighbors and you're just watching them online? And like, not only that, but now you're mentally, maybe you're not physically touching them, maybe you're not physically inserting yourself in them, but then it's just like, well, mentally, how do I know, I don't know if I'm explaining myself.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It's not physical cheating, but it's certainly emotional cheating. Right? Yeah. Have you been in a relationship with someone who watches porn?
I have been in the past. Now my relationship is like, I love my relationship now because it's just steered away from all of that. And me having had both, I can see the difference where, a relationship where that is involved. I feel like I was disrespected a lot more. We were out in public and they would just be staring at women, or like, it would make me uncomfortable. It would make me feel degraded in a way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now with the man I'm with now, it's like so much more peace of mind, where it's like, okay, now I don't feel that distrust. I don't feel like he can, cheat on me, because I feel like it leads to that, having that curiosity of like, oh, well, there's these other women online, and then like finding the similar type of women on the streets. Like, how do I know you're not going to want to go approach that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you have an open dialogue with him about like, his previous porn use and how he's doing with it?
Yeah. So, that was my previous relationship.
Oh, got it.
That was my first relationship. Now it's this one. Yeah. And not only that, but also I saw a lot of women in the chat talking about how, it's sad for them because they're with partners who, their partner is watching like these 18-year-old girls who have perfect bodies and then they have had kids. And I've been replying to some of these women, and I know for me it's like, their bodies were perfect enough to have children. So I like wanted to let all the women know, like, that insecurity that these men are bringing you, just to not have that, because at the end of the day, like, your bodies were perfect enough to have children. Not everybody is capable of that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Fat Loser, I'm just curious. He said men got testosterone stress need to nut daily. What's so hard to understand? There's a great line from this book. I don't really feel like reading books tonight, but it turns that whole argument on its head. Basically, you're not you, but those people generally are so addicted that they've convinced themselves that they're just so sexual and they need to just masturbate all the time. But it's actually just a symptom of being addicted to it. I'm not saying that's you, but maybe it is. The book is called To Be a Man. And I'm also curious, Fat Loser. That's his username, by the way. I don't know if he's a fat loser or not. I asked him if he was, and he said no. But I'm curious, Fat Loser. You've been on here for about an hour since we talked. Why are you still here? You're here basically trying to convince people for you that masturbating while watching other people have sex is not a problem. Yeah, exactly. It's top secret. Like, why are you still here? Fascinating. All right. I want to bring multiple people on. All right. So again, I'll bring on that kid. Where's he at? There he is. Okay, and Fat Loser, you're still here. You're still here. I'm just curious. What's up, bro? Camera on or kick?
Well, let me turn on my camera for some reason. Well, let me see if I can get it on. My TikTok is tweaking.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it says live access needed.
I don't care if you're here, Fat Loser. I just asked you the question. Why are you still here?
I don't know why it's not letting me turn on my camera. Are you going to kick me?
I'm going to kick you, bro. I'm a man of my word.
No.
Camera on or kick?
You hear me, Austin?
Yeah, man. What's going
on? Well, a lot at the moment.
Yeah? Tell me more.
Well, I know I left the Discord today, but I want to take accountability for myself in front of the whole audience. And I know it sounds like it's showboat, but I just want to actually do something to have myself feel accountable for it.
Okay. What would you like to say?
Well, I relapsed after a year and 3 or 4 months. And now my marriage is at risk right now. So.
Sorry, man.
I'm trying to figure out like ways to get past it, but it's a little difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be respectful of where you're at. I know you. I know your story, right? How much do you want to talk about that on here?
I'm open.
Okay. Is she there right now?
She is.
Okay. Well, just how are you feeling, man?
Pretty shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened?
How much do you want me to share?
That's why I asked you. Do you? Oh, you're asking her.
I'm fine with sharing, but I'm asking her what she's okay with.
I don't know what you want to share.
Okay. Well, it was my birthday 2 days ago, and I got drunk and I embarrassed my wife. Basically, I didn't really tend to her. I wasn't there for her because I was drunk. And then the next morning happened, and then I woke up and I went to go uh, clean, but I didn't tell her, so that kind of made her feel like I abandoned her, which is my fault because I should have known that I had like to tell her so that she doesn't feel lost or anything. And I was cleaning, and then she was like, "Hey, she was like, where you at? Like, where are you?" And she called me, and I answered, "Oh yeah, I'm cleaning." But I didn't realize how much it upset her that it I didn't tell her. But then after that, it was my friend was there with me because he was also drunk the night before, so he slept at the house. So I was like, "Hey, yeah, like it's probably best for you to just to like go home," because I already knew like it's about to be rocky, it's about to be a long day. So and it was a long day and a long night, and I myself, I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I I didn't do it on my phone, but I did it on the TV because I saw that the TV had an internet app, and I did. Well, like you can already like I went on and I did it, and later on that night, uh, I wasn't planning on telling her because I was honestly scared of the reaction. But I know that if you just tell the truth, it is always it's always better just to tell the truth. Don't hide anything. But I decided to still hide it, and that led into an even longer night for us, and it's been pretty hard. Uh, I'm glad I'm still able to sit here with her and be on this live, but I'm not glad about what I've done, and I just wanted to take accountability for what I've done. So, and then I also want everyone to know that like this shit ain't a game. This shit's real, bro. Like porn is the worst thing to ever happen in my life, honestly, in my opinion. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing that. I don't know what the answer is for you. Obviously, this is so fresh for both you guys. What do you think is next for you?
well, I set up like marriage counseling for us tomorrow, but you never know how well that will work. But I also want to continue with my other therapy. I'm going to go back and start my therapy again and see if I can get diagnosed with some prescriptions that can help me. And I just want to like I don't have nothing anymore. I have no more social media. I'm not gonna be watching any TV unless it's okay with her. Like I'm not gonna be like no, I don't have. I'm not gonna have a game system no more because you can still look stuff up on game systems. So I don't want to have any temptation. And yeah, it's basically I'm just gonna reset and try again to become a better person. So and become the person that she wants. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, it's never an accident. Even after not going to it for over a year, right?
yeah,
It's like sounds like the kind of perfect storm arose and allowed that to happen. And I think that's smart. You're like, hey, let's go do some counseling. I understand, she had a boundary there. Either way, hey, let's go talk about this. Let's figure out what we do from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can feel the remorse from you, man. I know that doesn't make it easier for either of you, but it just, oh man, I just see it.
But yes, I just wanted to share that. So
Yeah. How do you feel sharing that here?
embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, I won't judge you. I won't judge you.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the most helpful thing right now, but relapse is only a failure if you don't learn from it. So what can you learn from this?
That I need to get a hold of myself, and I need to get grounded again to where I'm back into what I know is right and what I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you probably have a lot of answers that, things that you need to do. Right? And just courageously stepping into those things will be helpful. Do you have community there? Like, are you in a community, whether it's church or friends who you're leaning on, or?
We tried to start going to Catholic mass, but moving into the house and everything, I don't know, that's an excuse, but like we just stopped going. And then I don't really have I got coworkers and I have like 2 friends, but I wouldn't really find myself going to them to talk about anything because their insight wouldn't really help with anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Steph, I'm inclined to ask you how you're doing. I'm not going to, but I just want to honor and validate what you must be going through right now. Yeah, it's not easy, and really, just think about how you guys are going to navigate through this, and whatever that looks like is okay. So, I know you must be devastated, Steph, and yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you're seeing a counselor tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good for you, man. Good for both you guys. Let's see where that goes. And it it takes a lot of courage to do what you just did, man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for having us on here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I know that was important for you to confess that, and I mean, heck, man. Talk about shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. I imagine something will be different for you having gotten that off your chest. So.
Yeah.
Stick at it, man.
All right,
Stick
awesome.
at it. All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right. It's real stuff, people. It's real stuff. Is my backup account at 1,000 yet? Can you guys follow my backup account over there, Austin Hamilton? I don't know how to point to it. If you're open to it. Yeah, great, Ricky Tiki. Come on here. I'm always open to different perspectives. None of them hold any logical weight, though. Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good, what's up?
All right. Well, the first thing that needs to be understood about me personally for your viewers is that I am no Christian. So, a lot of perspectives that Christianity holds, I do not. Now, that does not mean that I look down on anybody else for their viewpoints. Ultimately, I believe that if something gives you spiritual meaning and you're elevating yourself to a spiritual identity that identifies with you, then I
Oh yeah,
believe that
sorry,
it's.
sorry. Hold on. You got to turn your camera on. I'm kicking you. I forgot. I made
Oh,
that
okay,
rule
okay,
like 30
okay.
minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah. Hold
guys.
on. How do I do that?
Hit the
Here
camera
we
button.
go. Okay, save, boom, bam. There we go. Okay, can you see me?
No.
Oh, there we go. I don't freaking know. What are we doing here? Hold on. We're
Not
figuring
a
it
single
out.
woman in the panel. Stick around, Butterfly. We happen to have 2 men on in a row, and now I'm being accused for not bringing women on.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Nope. You can turn your camera on. I think it's after 100 as a guest. You can turn your camera on. All right, you got 5 seconds. Up, there you go. All right, cool.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if that particular religious practice works for you, don't do that. Get it off. Then there's nothing wrong with that. So, but here's my point. Okay, if you are honest with yourself, okay, and honest with others about yourself, then you're not lying to them. Monotheism in general, they basically
Hold on.
push.
Hold on. Is porn cheating? That's the question.
No,
Okay.
no, it's
Why are you
not.
talking about religion and monotheism and all that? I
Well,
don't understand.
if you give me 2 seconds, it will get directly to the
You've
point.
been on here for 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and you're still not to the point.
The point is that people are preconditioned to believe that there is only one way forward, and that is through a single human being for the rest of your life through marriage, which is a very monotheistic standpoint. So, there are going to be people that disagree with that because people are attracted to other people. It's just a fact of life. Okay, so you can agree with, the religious practices that we're used to in this country, or you can be your individual self, a free thinker, and there will be some backlash of that in this type of community because it's
How do
just kind
you
of
how do you derive your worldview?
my worldview is that it's very simple. Love can happen at any time. You can care about multiple people. It's not an ugly thing.
Hold on. I didn't ask what your worldview is. I asked how you derive your worldview.
Like spiritually, or I guess that's a very open statement or a question. So
It is. Yeah. I mean, you came on here talking about like Christianity. Christians derive their worldview generally from the Bible. So I'm asking, and you seem to reject that. So I'm asking you, how do you derive your worldview?
my worldview, yeah, that's a little bit more clear of a question. I think I understand what you're asking. My worldview is that not one single religion has all the answers, and it's okay to take multiple approaches or beliefs from different cultures. I think that every religion, world religion, really, is after the same thing, which is a heightened spiritual existence to have a life after this one, and you have different terminologies and stuff like that. But I think the message is clear if you just kind of look at
All
the
right.
end
So
meaning.
is it just whatever feels right to you? That's how you derive your worldview?
If it as long as it elevates you, yes. Much like I
Okay.
said, if Christianity works for somebody, I'm
So
not
as long
saying
as long as you are elevated, that's how you that's what your worldview is. As long as Ricky Tikki Tavi is elevated, that's how you
I
form your
mean
worldview.
it cannot come at the expense of like, deliberately causing harm or, being malicious, or anything like that. But I mean, certainly, free thinkers, which we are, they have the right to believe whatever they want. And if that helps them, then who are we to tell them not to do it? As long as you're not damaging others. And that's the thing, don't hurt people. I think that's the message. And if
Yeah.
you
So porn's wrong, right?
as long as they're not okay with it, yes. But
Hold on. People get hurt
if
in
they,
porn. So porn's wrong, right? So don't hurt people. You'd agree porn's bad and wrong.
no, I
Ah,
disagree.
Ricky, I thought we were there. You said don't hurt people, but porn's not wrong.
Well, that's your opinion. I
Nope, that's
disagree
fact.
with your
It's
opinion.
fact. It's fact. Go look up the data on how the sausage is made, how the porn is made. Many people get hurt in porn being made. So it
Oh,
hurts
you're
people.
talking about you're talking about the participants in the actual video, or are you
That's
talking about the people watching it?
Both. Both are hurt. It negatively impacts the brain of the people watching porn. So on both sides, it hurts people.
I mean, I guess some people could, but I mean, in any situation in life, this one being included, you're always going to have opposition or your ups and downs, right? If you accept something good in your life, whatever that may be,
But you said your worldview is whatever elevates you. That means you're the king, and that means that you will willingly do whatever makes you better, elevates you to a higher position. That's the opposite of what at
Spiritually.
least one major world religion preaches, which is do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. You know who said that?
spiritually speaking,
Jesus.
is what I meant. Okay, not like monetarily or any type of materialism. That is not what I was trying to insinuate. If that is the impression that I gave you, then we have a miscommunication.
Okay, well, that's what I
That
heard
is
you
not
say.
what I
So
meant.
maybe I got it wrong, and everybody else in the chat. So can you clarify where do you derive your worldview?
Well, okay, spiritually, you should do what elevates you. All right, because if you're
So
operating
what
on a
to
higher
where you're
frequency,
God? I don't get it. All
all
right,
right,
sorry.
you have a Christian mentality, and so you're not really. I've actually dealt with a lot of people in that capacity, and I do get similar responses. If
Well, bro, it's
if
not.
you
It
want,
doesn't, bro. First of all, I'm talking about porn. You brought religion into this, so I'll go there if you want to,
because
and
it
I'm happy to
matters.
continue this conversation. But so far, nothing you say makes sense.
How
And
does it
then
not
and
make
then
sense? No, you
I
disagree with
restated
it.
what you said, which was that your worldview is elevating yourself, and now you're saying no, that's not what you said. So I don't know how to have a conversation with you. And then you're like,
Spiritually
doing
speaking,
anything that's bad is wrong. And
if
then I'm like, well,
somebody
porn hurts people, and now you're like, well,
me
that's
ask you a
not wrong.
question.
So I don't understand.
Let me ask you a question. Spiritually speaking, okay, if somebody is taking a certain practice that does not align with maybe the majority of people, does that mean that they're wrong for it? No, right? Some people agree with porn, some
Dude,
people don't.
bro.
It's just the way it is. You're always going to have the industry. You're always going to, because there's an audience, because some people like that. In fact, a lot of people that are porn producers like the fact that they make people's lives easier. I mean, you can say, well, if we legalize,
Hey, Ricky, I'm sorry. I can't even follow what you're saying. So I'm going to move on here. All right. Cameras on, people. Cameras on. You got to have your camera on. You're getting booted. Should I do more than one person or just one person? I kind of liked that the other day when I had like 4 on. Have a good day, coach. Hey, coaching. Thanks. The panel was cool. I'll do it I'll do it. Let me. Last time, can you guys follow my backup account, Austin Hamilton, right here, and then I'll kick him off. Oh, Doug got scared. Love to see a man not putting up with all the rambling nonsense. Look, I have so much patience. At least I think so. I don't know. Some people accuse me of being very patient. But once I get confused and we go around in circles, like by the fourth time, I just can't do it anymore. Like, press join an accident. Uh-oh. Don't want to talk about your porn use, Doug? All right, we'll bring 4 on. Please follow my backup account. I'll give it like 10 more seconds, and then I'll bring a few people on. Six months clean today. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Austin Hamilton's out. Bringing on 4 people. Must have your camera on, or you get kicked.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm trying to turn my camera on.
All right, do it.
I need live access. It's saying.
Oh, you gotta have. Well, you can't turn your camera on.
I need live access.
All right. Well, sorry. I'm pretty sure you can turn it on when you have 100. But I'm almost 8 minutes clean. Fat Loser's still here. Is it 200 now? It's definitely not 1,000 because I've had people with like 100. 200. What? Oh, Fawcett, get on here, bro. Get on here. I'm telling people they have to have their camera on. Fawcett, come on, man. The people want to hear from you. Fat Loser, get on, bro. You have over 100? How many do you have, Samantha? 186? I've never done live on TikTok. How does it work? You hit the request button, and then I accept you. Fawcett will turn his camera on. Yeah, you will. The guy's got, no
Coach,
shame.
1 second. Do we need do you request the whole suit or just the face?
I will kick you off if you don't have the full suit, including the tie, Fawcett.
Okay. Give me 45 seconds.
I'll
Take
wait.
care of this cutie over here.
I know you're good for it. Okay. Hello, Yu-Yi. What's up?
Yeah. Hi.
Are you 18 or over?
I'm 23.
Okay, cool.
Or are we talking about corn?
The question is porn cheating?
I think
I
it
can.
is.
Okay. Oh, Fat Loser's back.
Do you think
Ju-
it's not?
Hi. I'm sorry,
Hi
can you
there.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got to turn your camera on.
No, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Okay.
It did it automatically for me. I think people who can't just
Oh,
won't
no, I
be
see.
able.
I see. It doesn't do it automatically. It just kind of, for me at least. Wait, can you see me now?
I
What
can't
the?
see you. I see a.
Oh.
What is that? A cat or a rabbit or?
Yeah, it's a
gerbil?
cat.
What
It's my
is
cat.
that?
I'm sorry.
Fat Loser, you got to have your camera on, bro.
There we go.
Hey, Ju, are you 18 or over?
I'm 22.
Okay, cool. Fat Loser, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got to have your camera on or I'm kicking you.
Live access needed to go.
Oh.
Ooh, not enough followers. Sorry, bro. See ya. Although, should I keep him? Should I keep Fat Loser on? Two guys
I'll be
who
here in the
love
chat.
porn, and 2 women who I'm assuming aren't for it, but I don't know.
You
All right,
wouldn't
I'll
like
keep
them if
Fat
they
Loser.
weren't,
For
right?
it. I'm not going to lie. I'm for it.
You're for porn. All right, great. Great.
Yeah.
We'll keep
But I
you.
mean, if he wants to start, Fat Loser, if he wants to start talking, he can just to see what he's got to say.
Well, he's already been on here. So, Jude, you love porn. Why?
I don't love it.
Do you hate it?
I don't think it's for me personally. I don't think it's cheating.
You in a relationship?
I am. I have been for the last over 6 years. I got with my boyfriend when I was pretty young. But we've been together and it's been going really strong, and we're both happy and healthy and everything. Porn hasn't really been like a really big thing in the relationship because I'm not a person to care too much about what he's doing, like watching porn.
Sorry, I had to kick Fat Loser. I can't go against my word, so I had to kick him.
You're okay. Are you gonna? Do you want someone else to join?
Yeah, I'll
before-
bring. Yeah, keep talking. I'll bring somebody else on. Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. I understand. I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous. I don't like talking in front of a bunch of people, but I think this whole conversation is so interesting. So I'll try and make it quick. But I don't really see for me in my relationship personally, I don't see an issue with watching it. Sometimes I watch it. It's not for both of us specifically. It's not an addicting thing to do. We just watch it occasionally on our own time. We have a really healthy relationship with each other, sexually, physically, emotionally. So I think porn can be cheating, but porn can also not be cheating as long as it's communicated through the relationship, if it's okay or not okay. That's my standpoint. Is it can be okay or it can be cheating. It really just depends on the people in the relationship and how their boundaries are, or what their boundaries are, I guess.
How often does your boyfriend watch porn?
Not terribly often. Maybe once a month or less than that, maybe even. So I feel like what I have to say on it doesn't really, a lot of people can't relate to because it doesn't happen as often in my relationship. After listening to a lot of people talk about how, their partners do it continuously and whatnot, but also my experience is my experience, and I'm sure other people can relate.
Do you guys live together?
We do.
Okay. What kind of porn does he watch?
I know what kind he does, but I don't know if I want to really share that. Is that personal, or it just feels a little odd kind of sharing that without him being here to give me permission to elaborate on that.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Just usually the type of porn people watch has to do with their childhood trauma that they experience. So.
Right. Yeah, I can
Curious.
understand that. Yeah, I totally understand that. 100%. I would say it's pretty whatever normal is, if that's it's not something I should worry about, if anything,
Cool. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's concerning, when people masturbate while watching other people. Really, masturbating while watching other people have sex. I don't know. Is that normal?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not willing to, sometimes people just go through for me specifically, I'll go through a long time, I guess, a long-term periods of where I'm just not feeling like doing anything, and that's all what has to do with me. So I don't, a couple months at a time. It's not continuous, but it will be a long period of time. And I don't, when he goes and watches it, I don't feel insecure. I don't feel like it has anything to do with me. It's just him being a man wanting to relieve himself. And sometimes
Could they do that without watching other people have sex?
You would think, but even for me, sometimes it's I would like to relieve myself, and sitting there in the dark with my eyes closed, imagining something isn't as relieving as watching someone else, It has nothing to do with what's going on, the people on the screen. I don't care about who's on the screen. It's just, it gets you in the mood a little bit, and that's all that's important to me, is just helping me get there. And he's the same way. So it's not the same for everyone. I'd like to hear someone else talk to. I'm really interested. I've been on on here watching and listening to everyone talk, and it's really interesting. So if anyone else wants to
go. Fawcett, we know that guy likes porn. What's up, man? Welcome. Ellie, is that your name? The bottom? Eli? Ellie?
Yeah, that's my name. So
All right,
I was browsing in TikTok and I found your channel, and I think this topic is very important. People think that it's not cheating, but I think if you make a commitment with someone, I don't think that's the right way to go. And for me,
that's what I think.
in person, I got it. I used to have a trauma about that because one of my parents, I don't want to say, the name, one of my parents, it wasn't my mother. So what happened was I found these cassettes. I was like, what, 10 years old, 12 years old? And I just encountered, I didn't even want to see it. But since I started watching it, it got really bad. But thank God with the time, with the help of the Bible and God helped me. And He made me to understand that if you got a partner, if you get married, whatever it is, you don't need that. Because if the study shows that people that watch that constantly, it don't matter how many times they watch it, they said the material, the gray material, that the thing that produce your memory to think is less every time. The more you do it, the less intelligent you will be. And it's not helpful. You're going to see everybody as an object. Your mind is going to react so quick, and you're going to have problem in your marriage. You're going to have problem in your family. A lot of people, if you use like research on the internet, most of them pedophiles, they do this. That's how they get crazy. They don't get satisfied. They keep going and keep going and keep going. They never will get satisfied with this. So I'm 100% agree with you about this.
Yeah, bro, speaking facts. Bro, speaking facts. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I don't phrase it that way, but I kind of like the way how you said it makes you dumber, and that's scientifically proven in the brain. All right, Fawcett, what's up, man? Thank you for
Also,
gracing us with your presence.
thank you very much. I had time in my busy schedule to come up here and talk about the concept at hand. So, I had a lot of things going on. Released a new single today, so I had a lot of things going on. But again, my position, it is not cheating. And I actually now not only have logic, but I have actual.
Well, hold on.
I actually have
you didn't have logic last time, bro.
No, I did. But I also have legal terms to back up my ideas this time around.
Great.
So it's a little bit
because
different. So when you have time,
I've actually run all my arguments by multiple lawyers, and they're like, "Yep, pretty good."
Yeah.
So
okay. I got
I'm
one.
not joking.
I got one
Actually,
for
I've
you.
consulted multiple lawyers. I'm like, "Hey, am I using all these words right?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're good, man." So
What?
yeah.
Wait,
Bro,
hold on. Is there a legal standing? Is there a legal standing? Let's say, my wife. Could my wife ever bring me to court for this kind of stuff?
I've actually asked lawyers that, and the question of is pornography grounds for divorce? And generally speaking, and I actually want to say I've sampled I've only asked that question a couple times, and what I've deduced is the answer is no, just for pornography use. But now certainly pornography use escalates to other things, and then that can be a conversation. So
Okay, that's
real
because
quick,
I know back in the old days.
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. Back in the old days, then I want to hear from Yi.
Oh, go ahead, Yuki. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's up,
Can you hear
Yi?
me?
Yeah.
Okay. All I wanted to say is, I don't think somebody would allowed. I consider cheating if my partner is watching somebody in the same room doing stuff, and masturbating to them. I consider that cheating. Why? Just because it's in a in a telephone or whatever on a screen is not considered cheating. Like it's the same thing. Would you allow your partner to go in a room where there's people having sex and him jerking off to that? I don't think. I think I would consider that cheating. So why is any different? Because there's a screen in the middle. I think it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do
Yeah,
believe
and
it's cheating.
yeah, so it's a good argument, right? And can you sue for emotional damage with porn? I don't know. Consult an attorney. Yeah. So, Jew, what do you think about that? Would you have issue if your partner was masturbating to the person in the same room?
I think that for me crosses a line, and you can hear me, right? Is that okay? Okay. I think for me, like, if you're what's the word for, I guess, like masturbating to someone like in person, it's different than like doing it through a screen because it's a lot more personal and like emotional in a way.
What if there was a piece of glass between your partner and the person, and they were masturbating to him through a piece of glass?
I think him touching himself in general to someone that is a person is crossing
Porn
the line.
actors
Like,
are
Okay. Well, let
persons.
me ask
like
you a
if
question real
they're,
quick. Let me ask you a
uh
question. I'm on a screen, and so are these other people. Are we real people?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So then, using your
If he were to
logic, if
start
he's
masturbating
masturbating,
to whatever's going on right now, I guess, you could, like, if you were to ask, like, if he were to go to like a, how they have like those chat rooms, for like if he were to start like, I'm scared to say anything. I don't want to get like, I don't know what'll get me like, if I say anything, what
don't
words
worry.
will get me.
If you get banned, we'll be fine. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to join like those like sex chat rooms and stuff like that and be a participant in those, that for me would be cheating. It would. It would be him looking completely to other people rather than just trying to satisfy. I get how it can sound.
Do you know for certain that he doesn't participate in those? You said, like, do you know he
Yeah, I
doesn't?
do. I
Okay.
when I was looking at the comments after I was done talking last time, and they were like, oh, he definitely doesn't, he watches porn more than once a month or whatever, and it's, they don't know how open and honest our relationship is, and we are
Yeah,
very
yeah,
open and honest
and
about
part of the
everything.
reason why they're probably saying that is because if we've had $1 for every time someone's come on here and said that and then found out it's
I
not
know.
true,
I
we'd
know,
have a
and I get
lot of
that.
dollars,
I
a lot
truly,
of dollars.
I truly do get that, and I can
Yeah.
understand where people are just like blindsided to, oh, my partner would never do that. My partner would never do
Is he
that.
there
But
right now? Can we bring him on here?
no, he is not. He's at work right now. He should actually be home pretty soon. So if he's home in time, I can have him come on here because I'm sure he'd be more than happy to talk about it.
Great.
But I'm sorry. What was the original question? What were we talking
Is
about?
it cheating to pee outside in the grass? Oh, sorry, never mind. We moved on from that. Is porn cheating?
I was like, are you trying to cop a charge?
You must not have been here earlier for that.
I did not see that. No.
All right, Fawcett, what's up?
Nothing. I was just kind of cheering her on. If he was in the house, I'd be like, come on, bring him up. Tell him to get
Oh
home
yeah,
quicker.
yeah.
Tell him to get up the driveway. Come on. I want to talk to him. But
I
that's
would
all.
be
That's all.
super impressed if he actually came on here and was like, yeah,
I know.
I
I'm
love porn.
sorry. I'm telling you, he would be more than happy to come on here and share his side as well. But he's at work. Yeah, it's not. He's not here. No.
I have a question.
What's up?
Also, what Ellie said, I think people that get addicted to porn start watching weirder and weirder stuff to get
Yeah.
off because I think you get like resistance to it. I was
Yeah.
addicted before. I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm on like a year and a
Mhm.
half. I don't know how much honestly. But I think you get addicted and you get like into weirder and weirder stuff and that like messes with your head.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's cheating and it's not good overall, honestly.
Yeah, totally. Porn use always escalates into something else. And the science behind the getting into weirder stuff is because your brain gets conditioned to what you're watching, the normal stuff, whatever that is, and then you have to watch something more risque. Of all the people who I've talked to who watch content that have animals in it, I always ask them, did you start with the animals or did it escalate to watching animals? Then they'll tell me all the things that they watch between normal and animals, and it always escalates. I'm not saying your partner's use will escalate into animals, but it could. Anyways, I'm not making that up either. That's just how it goes. So, well, now it's awkward. Fawcett, what do you think about that?
I think if they've gotten to that point, they've had a mental illness underneath that is now just manifesting. There is no way that a person can start from what we both know is normal to getting to horses, cows, and
normal?
chickens.
I don't know what is normal when it comes to masturbating.
I mean,
while watching
between
other
two
people
humans
have
is pretty
sex.
normal.
To masturbate while watching other people have sex?
Between two humans versus a human and an animal, yeah, there's some semblance of normalcy there. Remember, at the end of the day, you can't reproduce with a chicken.
What's normal? When it comes
What I'm
to
saying
the
is
flavor of porn, what is normal?
First off, between two human beings, that's normal.
Okay.
And two adult human beings, that's normal.
Okay.
Anything outside
do they
of those,
both need to be consenting?
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not
The
obvious, man. You look
hesitation.
at what most porn is on most of the porn sites. That's not an obvious conclusion one would make. That's why I asked the question.
Okay. Well,
88%
the
of
thing
porn
is
scenes depict acts of physical aggression or violence. Is that normal? Is that normal that almost 90% of porn depicts acts of physical aggression or violence?
Well, the interior of a man's brain is a very sick place, and a lot of men have thought about, you know what? I'm going to say it is a bad thing, but it's not unsurprising. I mean, come here, let's look at TikTok, what was it? Man versus bear in the woods thing. A lot of women know about that question, right?
Totally.
Come on now. I'm sorry, what?
Totally, man. I hate that question.
But you see that these women agree to the man versus bear question, but then get sickened when, oh, why is this online? It's because it shows a man's most wickedest desires. So,
Eli, go ahead. Look at
it's
how respectful this non-porn watching guy is. He's raising his hand to talk on TikTok.
But you know what happened? It depends. You know why? Because what you looking for, you're going to get it. You're gonna find what you want. If you got a healthy mind and you start watching this, listen, it's going to destroy your life. It's gonna give you discouragement. You will not be able to talk to any woman because what you want to do, you just want to rush. Everything is rush. Oh, I want this one. You will never get satisfied. So I think if you got a partner or you're married, whatever the UK is, you don't need to watch porn for that. Whatever you got to do, you can do it with your woman. You don't need to see that because that's going
But see,
to
you're taking the easy way out. You're taking the easy way out. You're saying just go to your partner. Not all of us have that.
No, it's not the easy way. It's just that I think it's not the right way. Because if you see, like he said, it's a skyrocketing. A lot of people with violence that do, that they are actors of, they use drugs, they use a bunch of stuff. What they teach you there is that a woman is an object just to have sex and that's it. To get rid of it. That's it. That's what it is.
Correct, but that's how a good 40% of men see women already. So it's not something that's perpetuated. For example, it's not something that's perpetuated above what humanity already thinks. You forget for a very long time in human history, human beings saw the next tribe over as just things and not people. So I'm not saying that that stuff's good. I'm just not surprised. I'm not saying that stuff would not exist outside of the industry. That stuff would still exist outside the industry. It's just bringing those sick, twisted things to life.
Yeah. Do you ever have sources that back up the data that you cite, Fawcett?
Bear versus man. That's the first one. Secondly, if you read,
How is that a source?
Yeah, that's not a source. But let me do the
That's not a
bear
source,
versus man
bro.
thing. So this went viral a couple months ago. The question is, would you want your daughter? Would you rather have your daughter left alone in the woods with a bear, or a man? Would you rather have your daughter left alone in the woods with a bear or a man?
I say bear 100%.
Yeah.
I do not trust my fellow men. Men have such sick but the problem is you guys are making it seem like the industry created these desires. These desires were always there. Just the industry harkens onto it. Like meth is a different example. Meth doesn't exist naturally in nature. That just had to be created. But the stuff you see in the industry is
real
just
quick,
indicative of the male brain.
Vote in the poll. Who gets kicked? 1, 2, 3, or 4. From top to bottom. Vote in the poll. Who gets kicked? 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, I'll see y'all later then.
Why are you down on yourself, man?
Wait,
I already know what's going to happen.
You're not losing.
He brought some legal terms.
It's not a landslide yet.
They?
It's almost a landslide.
I'm seeing a lot of twos.
No, you got to vote in the poll, people. Don't put it in the chat. Oh,
Wait,
dude, it's neck and neck.
How do you vote in a poll? I don't know.
If I get kicked, I just wanted to know, Facet, what were the legal terms, whatever you said you were bringing? Because you haven't given a single statement.
So the phrase is acto non datur non damnificato. Basically means an action not given to someone who was not injured. Effectively, your partner is not injured by you watching this. There is no injury, no compensation. There is nothing of which you could effectively sue them for.
That's not true. In maybe not legally, but in fact the Betrayal Bind, which is in my opinion the best book on betrayal trauma, it talks about the injury, the attachment injury. So there's this whole thing with pair bonding and attachment theory, when you're attached to another person, there's an injury in that attachment. That's literally the way the book describes it. That's why betrayal occurs, is because of the attachment injury that happens when the betrayal is discovered.
Okay, if there's an injury, we'd like to see the wounds.
It's okay. So betrayal trauma also has all the same markers as PTSD, all of them, with the exception of a physical wound. So a person, will say a woman experiencing betrayal trauma, partner betrayal trauma, when she discovers porn use or an affair, has all the same markers as PTSD, just the same as a soldier coming back from war, but maybe she isn't missing a limb. Everything else is the same.
Correct. So if there's such a gigantic emotional trauma that occurs from this, there should be at least some compensation, or there at least should be some way of remedying the injury. There is no way, shape, and form that there is anywhere that I've seen where this is considered, one, cheating whatsoever. In all 50, I'm talking about America here, but in all 50 states, this is not considered cheating. So if it's not considered cheating, there cannot be an injury. Therefore, there can be no compensation. So that's why I think it's not cheating. So
yeah, well, that's a pretty weak argument. The thing is if there's porn involved, there's usually a ton of other things involved. Right, so I don't know that you can go to a judge and say my partner watches porn, therefore I want alimony for the rest of my life. They're going to say, well, what else is going on there? Was there emotional abuse? Was there physical abuse? They're going to dissect it way more than that.
Okay,
but I'm not a lawyer.
All right. I would not put looking at, because here's the other things too is, would then glazing at other women then be considered cheating? Like when you're in public and you look at these other women, would that be considered cheating as well? That could have an emotional toll on a woman's head.
Well, what do you think? Do you think lusting after other women is cheating?
No.
Okay. What do you
There
think,
is
Chad?
no way you can interpret that, and not
is
even
lusting after another woman cheating? You know, a wise man once said that if you even look at a woman with lustful intent, you've committed adultery with her in your heart.
Correct. That's from like Matthew 5:28 or whatever. But again, we live in America. This nation serves Satan, so we can't use religion here. What I'm saying is, we cannot say that looking at a woman who you think is hot is the same as cheating. Correct?
You can't help the first look, but you can help the second look. The question is, what would be most honoring to your partner? Gazing after other women or not gazing after other women? What would be the most honoring thing to do?
And ladies and gentlemen, that's the corner I can't get out of yet. When I find how to get out of that corner, I'll blast right through it.
Every time you come here, it comes back. You get back into that corner, and
that's
you
the
have
point.
no
I'm
answer
supposed to be
for
the guy in the crowd that's yelling at you that can't get up here. Like, you're an idiot. Blah 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 blah.
I want to give you good news. I don't think you're going to get kicked. So there's still 30 more seconds to vote in the poll, and Fawcett is not last. It's close, but he's not last.
It's fine. It's fine.
Listen, guys, I'm up here representing you. As the American politician for 2036, my job is to represent the American public, and I'm representing you here on Mr. Coach's live stream.
Who would? Yeah, all right. So, gosh, who would vote for you? Would anybody vote for him for president?
No.
2036.
All right, Yu, you're gonna get booted here. I'm sorry, you lost. Give me your final thoughts before I kick you.
Nah, like I said, if you wouldn't allow your partner to be in a room with other people having sex and jerking off, you shouldn't allow them to watch porn. That's my point.
Thanks for sharing. Look, I'm sorry. You seem like a delightful person. I don't know how you got last on here.
The people have spoken.
They want to go up.
I got to bring this person on because they gave me 2 galaxies, and if they can't turn their camera on, I'll give an exception because they gave me 2 galaxies. Can you turn your camera on?
Yeah, is my mic on right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, and then I press, what button do I press in
here? The camera button.
Oh, am I good? Wait, I just hit the camera button. I didn't hit the save button, sorry. There we go.
What's up?
Okay, so your question, I'll answer your question first. I have a question for you as well. So is porn cheating? I'd say if your partner and you have discussed it and there's boundaries set in play, absolutely it's cheating. Absolutely. You shouldn't watch it, no way. If you haven't put the boundaries in play and you don't care, then, well, it's not cheating to you guys. Could still be seen as cheating to other people, but to you personally, I guess it's not, right? ramifications of the mental damage you may or may not do is completely up to you. My question for you is related to pornography, but not really related to. It's more related to utilizing it as a tool. If you and your partner are trying to explore your sex life and you find things that you're potentially interested in, to watch how it's performed, what is your opinion?
My opinion is, why would you do that? I mean, look, I don't think it's that hard. Go into a bedroom, get naked, and figure it out. It's not that hard, and talk about it.
You know what? I mean, that is a fair point.
I've never had anybody be like, we just couldn't figure out what felt good. They always seem to figure out a way. They always get pregnant. It's crazy. Like, it's not that hard.
You know, that is a fair point. But I just did have a question. Also, for if anybody in the chat has crossed that bridge with their partner at all, I'm just very curious to know. Because a lot of people are very do understand.
Here's the problem with that is that if you're even going down that path, you're trying to figure out what those two particular people are doing, what they like, not what you and your partner like.
That is a fair point as well.
Right? Yeah.
I have a more benign question for you. So there's a lot of men in the world that don't have the opportunity necessarily to experience a real sexual interaction, unfortunately, just because of, you know, maybe what they look like, who they are, maybe they're awkward, etc. It is known that long-term semen retention can lead to testicular cancer. So someone with no imagination or backing on what not pornography, but actual active sex is, what would you recommend that they do as an individual who has never experienced intimacy?
Well, first of all, you're assuming that by not watching porn, you wouldn't be able to ejaculate.
That is also fair.
Yeah, and there's other ways to ejaculate, you know, believe it or not, without having to objectify other people while doing so.
Well, because me and my partner, we don't watch pornography, we make it. Is that necessarily a bad thing?
You don't watch what?
We don't watch pornography, other than like we have viewed it a couple times for like certain kinks and whatnot that we just found rather benign and interesting and mysterious. But we usually just make our own videos and just use those to ourselves when we're not together. You find that acceptable?
Yeah. So now you're the porn, right? So the question is, you may not be watching other people have sex on the screen, but now you're watching yourselves have sex on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still porn. You're just the actor.
Okay, but is that the same as like the kind of this is very like loose term for what you're describing, but like the kind of like brain rotting to evolution towards the ultimate demise of the scary sections of the internet?
In the studies I've read on the brain science, there's no carve out for unless you and your partner are the performers on the screen.
Okay, that's yeah.
So
maybe
it hasn't been studied, but I'm pretty sure that it's porn's porn when your brain doesn't know the difference. Fawcett, what's up, man?
It's not cheating if it's with your own partner. In fact, that would be the most honorable thing. I'm the only girl you look at on the TV and in real life. That just seems like the most honorable. That'd be explain this to us. Explain this to all the troglodytes in the chat.
If there's an agreement that you're agreeing to watch porn of yourselves, then it wouldn't be cheating. My question still would be, is it honorable to your partner to have pictures or videos of them? Would that be the most honorable thing? Hey, I want to have a digital archive of your naked body. Would that be the most honorable thing to do for your partner?
I have a difference of opinion.
I'm asking you. I'm not asserting an opinion. I'm asking you. Would it be the most honorable thing to have a digital archive of your partner's naked body?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you understand how many generations of humanity? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said okay.
Do you understand how many generations of humanity were not able to correctly archive the curves of their partner's body, and once they perished, they had nothing left? That yearning is something that is you can't buy that yearning. You can't fill that yearn with anything else. So I'm just saying, for collection purposes, for historical and archaeological purposes, I think it might be honorable. What does the chat think? Do a poll when you have the chance.
All right, Jew, what do you think?
I'm so sorry. I wanted to speak, but I have to go. I wanted to just say thank you for letting me on here, and I really I loved hearing all of your guys' perspectives, and it was good to. I just didn't want to end it super soon.
Appreciate that.
I do appreciate letting me on here.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting all of you.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Fat loser It's requesting it. All right, Eli, what are you thinking over there, man? Or what's your name? Sam? Sam.
No,
Yeah,
Eli, my name is. Oh, yeah.
I just saw a couple comments just quickly through the thing about people just about the topic of like videoing you and your partner. And I saw in the comments of people saying like that videos are forever, but I feel like at the same time you should have a contingency of trusting your own partner when you're in a relationship in the first place.
Sure.
That like
Pillow Fight, you got to have your camera on or I'm kicking you.
that you would be dating someone that would
accepted our
have
call for the thing you want to do.
respect for your dignity to
For the porn talk? They have the porn talk?
Pillow Fight,
sorry,
camera
go
on or I'm kicking you. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just answering some comments because it seems like a lot of people in the comment section, at least from what I'm seeing, just open analysis, is that there's a lot of distrust in their partners. It seems to be coming more from the female side, but I have seen some men as well, which would also be due to previous trauma, I'm only assuming, with distrust in partners. But I'd say that if you can fully trust your partner, I know you snap a seductive picture in the mirror, you feel like you're looking good. It is nice to have the reaffirmation that maybe if you're disconnected from your partner in a physical state, that they appreciate your physical self. Does anyone agree with that or disagree? I mean, I feel like sending explicit things back and forth or doing explicit things together is a very like normal and adopted concept in society. But it is dangerous because you do see all the time in high schools and colleges, people's pictures get leaked and whatnot. But I feel like that's personal judgment as to who you're sending to and who you're trusting in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. I think, it can be a slippery slope. It can even lead into an addiction. I think that, like you said, like particularly in like high school or when you're not married, it's like in my opinion, be careful what you share and with who. Like I said earlier, this is public. Like TikTok, anything we say here for all of you guys, this is public and this will last forever on the internet. The same goes for any picture. You take a picture, it is like any picture I take, it's immediately on Google servers, Apple servers. It's like everywhere. I can never put that back in the box, assuming that, you have some sort of mistrust with all the tech companies, which I do. A data leak happens or something, a hack happens, there it all goes. Yeah, so it's like
you see famous people all the time get their things leaked.
Yeah,
And
so it's like that's the lens to look through it. It's not just I'm taking a picture to have for myself, but I'm risking this being exposed to the world, and you can never put that back in the box.
And I will say that I agree with your point about the addiction factor of porn. Because, when I was like 14, 15, 16, and all those adult hormones started to kick in for the first time ever, you're kind of like craving that intimate feeling, which is why it seems that a lot of shady things happen in high school, as is the amount of pictures being shared explicitly and stuff like that. And I do agree that it can become very addicting because it's something you should resort to for an easy pleasure. But I'd say that if you have enough like mental fortitude and control, you can also utilize it as somewhat a tool to your own sexuality, but especially with yourselves, I feel like it's just a nice way to keep things alive, especially if you are someone that is traveling often and you can't always be with your partner. You'd like that sense of security that your partner has something to please themselves when you're not there for an extended period of time, I feel. Does anyone in the comments or you as well, your opinion on that?
Yeah, chat, let them know what you think. Pillow Fight, welcome. What's going on? Oh, you there?
Hey.
Hi there.
Yeah, I do think that it is super risky, to send risky pictures. And that's something that I always been worried about since I was a young woman, worrying about, if my boyfriends want a picture of me, even to this day, like I'm not for that. Even like FaceTiming and stuff, it kind of just makes me nervous a little bit that there's just a chance that anybody could ever take that from me, and against my will in any way. I necessarily don't think that men watching porn is cheating, or a woman, like, I don't think that that's like a cheating thing, but I'm not really into it. It's not like my vibe. I'm more about like the feeling and the emotion of things, not like watching something to kind of get me going. But yeah.
If and when you're in a relationship, are you okay if your partner watches porn?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Is there any amount of pornography viewing that would be, something that you'd raise an eyebrow at?
I mean, yeah, probably if it was like I don't know, like maybe a daily thing would be almost like an addictive. If they're kind of addicted to it, like I would probably would have a concern because I don't really do that. So I mean, I don't mind if they do it, but if they were on it every day, then I would probably be like, okay, maybe it's just like if somebody wants to play video games every day. It's very similar. It's like,
Ma'am, I hate to say this, 80% of the dating pool is now completely out of your league. What about 4 out of 5 men do it once a day?
fine.
So I apologize, but
yeah, that's fine.
Another made up statistic from Fawcett.
Yeah.
Eli, what do you think over there, man?
You know what I think? I think that depends sometimes in your parents, what kind of control they have. Because now they have all this technology, so they control your phones, where you go, what do you see. But if you go to the facts of the studies of watching pornography, it's just so degrading. Like sexual dysfunction, this dysfunction, relationship. You don't get to get related with nobody because you just see everybody like an asset. You know, so I think in no way, they said, the study says, shame raised 70 to 5%, low self-esteem, mental health illness, loss in relationship 46.5%. So in no way, I don't think porn is good. And the best way to avoid it, just don't watch it. That's the best way to take care of your mind, your inner peace. Because you start watching this, you just want more and want more. I'm telling you, because when I was like 12, I discovered by mistake, I didn't even want to see that. But thank God, over time, God helped me through it. And now I can say that I don't watch that and I don't need to, you know? You don't need the porn to be happy, to satisfy you. You don't need it at all.
Is your name Eli? Is that correct?
Yeah. Because they call me, my name is
Eliezer,
Eliezer, but they call me Eli.
Oh, okay. I had a very similar experience actually when I was like 9 to 10 years old. That was when I first ever saw like soft pornography was YouTube actually, because it wasn't so censored. So I remember being 9 years old and I would just watch it. And at that point, I didn't conceptualize like the idea of pleasuring yourself. But I found myself watching that almost daily as a young child, not understanding what it was until my parents found it on my like iPad at the time, and we had a conversation about it. And I was so confused about the conversation I had to do about intimacy because I didn't even know what it was because everything I was watching was foreplay. And then I will say as well to you as the host and also you is that the number one thing that porn is robbing you of on a daily basis is dopamine and energy in your mind. That's the number one thing is like you're constantly looking for that high. It's almost like doing like a drug, like Coke or anything else that's going to stimulate you, even caffeine before the gym, pre-workouts, etc. It's something that's going to take a feeling and intensify it, and it's so easy to access that it's hard to put down. So like when I was a young teenager, I did the same thing. And as because now I know it sounds kind of interesting, but now because I've taken the side of kind of the in-between, I don't personally really watch much porn anymore at all. And I can say I've noticed a significant boost in my overall like happiness and morale with life and also success and happiness and intimacy with my partner.
I've never not heard somebody say that. I've never heard somebody say, when I stopped watching porn, things got like worse. It's always like I have so much more mental clarity. Things are better. I'm treating other people better. I'm more in touch with my emotions. It's just crazy. It's always that way. So I love
You
that.
feel like it's more of a self-love thing?
Yeah.
What were you asking me?
I'm asking, you guys are all men. So like, is it like a self-love thing of why men are the more majority of watching the videos?
I'd say, I mean, there's a whole science behind human attraction for men and women. Men seem to experience a much more initial physical attraction and arousal than women do, where women more like to seem to emotionally invest in someone before actually considering an act of intimacy. So I think men fall more prone to it because it's so easily accessible, and it's just very much just hits the right sensors in their mind for procreation that they're just willing to do it very often, which is why they're like the number one consumer by a landslide. I mean, if you look at it, I think it's about 70% to 30% versus men to women that watch pornography on average. And the number one reason is literally because a lot of men, when they see a woman at first glance, usually they're not like, oh, I really want to get to know her. They're like, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's amazing. Look, I need to talk to her. It's like more of like it's almost like you're magnetized to go talk to them because
I mean, I would think that a man would be like, oh, I'm going to get her tonight. I think that would be not, oh, she let's have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I feel like when like you look at a porn home screen, you're looking at all these pictures of a bunch of women and men having sex. It's very easy to look at like, oh, this woman's great. I'm going to tap on this video. I'm going to get off to this and then go about my day.
Well, what do you guys think about people watching porn just for the fantasy that they don't want to have in reality?
Well, I mean, I'd say number one, that is a sense of sexual insecurity where you feel like you're unable to express to your partner a certain kink or intimate relation you'd like to have that you may be feeling ashamed of or embarrassed about, which is why it's so important to never really shame your partner for something they're interested in, more and have a conversation about it, whether you're interested or not in a healthy standpoint. But I'd say that it definitely comes from a sense of internalized insecurity and self-shame to what they're watching.
My brother, I had to jump in here. You're right to a point, but there are things that you can never tell a woman. You just can't. And if women took 5 minutes and stepped inside a man's sexual desires in their brain, they would go jump off a bridge. So I would say not all of them are bad. I'm just saying, I'm saying 70% of our desires cannot go into the bedroom.
Fawcett, every time you come on here, I just have to clarify this. Are you talking about your desire or all men's desires?
All men's desires.
Okay.
Again, bear versus man.
I mean, I will say that I can exhibit your point that I've definitely been friends with a lot of men in my life where they've told me something more intimate or more benign, and I've kind of raised my eyebrows. So I can't disagree.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Keep going.
I know it's not like a legitimate statistic, but I completely get what you're saying, and I completely get why you bring up the man versus bear argument.
Here's the thing: is
the generalization is actually fair either.
Yeah, it's a pretty broad stroke. I mean, even the man versus bear thing. I don't have a great answer to that question, unfortunately. I would love to say but I can't do it.
There's not a great answer because it's like, I mean, there's so many levels to society, so many different environments, so many different mental states to be in. It's like, are you in the woods with a man with a loving family and 4 kids and a wife and he's happy, or are you in the woods with a man who has nothing left to lose and just lost his job and has a gun in his pocket? You know, like
totally.
You know, I mean, it's like
thank you. And they call me crazy. They say, "Oh my, I don't know." Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Sorry.
Here's the thing, though.
I definitely found myself frustrated with that whole trend because I, like me personally, it's like, well, I wouldn't take advantage of somebody in the middle of nowhere in any scenario, whether it was a forest or their house. You know, it's just like it's a really.
So the question with fantasy is, I think, discuss it with your partner. What do you want? What does your partner want? Discuss it. I mean, that's all it is. Have conversation about it. The thing with porn, though, is it hijacks your fantasy. You think you actually want some things that you never would have thought of before. True. And that's where it can get dangerous. What we look at affects our desire. What we look at affects what we desire. So again, when we're looking at porn, we're looking at all these things in porn, it's like, well, no wonder we start desiring these things.
Yeah, and I mean, to add to that point as well, I feel like when you're in an intimate relationship, I feel like trust is a very pivotal building block of any healthy relationship.
Real quick, who gets kicked? Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll right up here. Who gets kicked? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Again, I'm representing all the sickos in chat. You can't say ban me when I'm the only one speaking up for the opposition. You kidding me, you people? Come on now. Anyway, continue though.
You know, I'd like to say, I feel like to a degree with that trust,
You got to actually vote in the poll. Don't put it in the chat. Like, click on the little blue check mark box and vote in the poll. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. To an actual pivotal point in your relationship, trust should be like your number one building block aside from your attraction and compatibility.
Not just trust, but communication is
That's exactly what I'm getting to. Is like if you have like kind of an interesting sexual desire, you should be with someone that you feel comfortable confiding in with sensitive information.
No. Eli, go ahead. Frosty, you're getting smoked, bro. It's gonna take a miracle.
I know. I'm gonna get kicked anyways, but I wanted to tell him that, 60% of people nowadays just.
Oh my gosh.
No, the sickening things I've seen online. There is no way a woman would ever even think of doing that whatsoever. So.
Well, if they're watching you, I mean, sorry.
So whoa! Ad hominem? You're the. I didn't know you were gonna go ad hominem first.
Only with you. I will only ad hominem you.
I knew I could get him to do ad hominem. It took me 4 streams. I got him to do ad hominem on me one time.
All right, Eli, what's up?
So in first place, I think if you think that you can date with someone, you gotta talk to them. Communication is key in everything. Without communication, nothing is possible. And without love neither. So if you think that you don't like that or you don't like that, you just guys have to communicate. You guys don't have to go and search in the internet and watch stuff that you don't have to. You can practice yourself in the room. Everything you figure out everything. That's what I do. I don't like to know. I don't need to see that because that's going to damage your brain cells. You're just gonna get more damage watching that,
One thing for can you still hear me? Is my microphone working?
Yeah, we got you. Vote in the poll, people. Vote in the poll up here. Who gets kicked? 1, 2, 3, or 4.
For one thing, for the people in chat, I see a lot of people that have had a lot of broken relationships and a lot of broken marriages over pornography and things of this nature. I feel like a good piece of advice for people that are experiencing this is much earlier on in your relationship before becoming so committed. I feel like your boundaries should be instated beforehand so you can avoid these type of problems just for your own mental state and clarity and finding a partner who's compatible and happy with you. Because, I mean, if you're not, and then you get hurt by somebody because they didn't assume that that's what you thought, neither person is in the right or wrong necessarily, but you are putting yourself in a jeopardizing state when you don't express your boundaries.
Yeah, but like you said, when you came on, you said, oh, if I have a boundary and you cross it, then you cross it. But if I don't have a boundary and we just don't know, then all of a sudden it's not cheating. So it's not cheating.
It's Steve, because it's like, for me, as my own opinion, I'm at an in-between where I feel like it needs to be expressed for it to be considered some form of infidelity.
I think that if you are not telling something that you're doing, you're hiding it as well.
That's also fair. I feel like it should be
equally as fair as saying, hey, this is my boundary, and if you cross it, versus like just being a secret whatever and not saying it and being deceiving.
Hold on. Pillow and Sam, I apologize for interrupting. I did not mean to do this. People in the chat are asking, what's my position? My position is corn does more corn is a net neutral in American society. It does not benefit us, but it does not bring us back to the dark place we were back in the 1930s and 40s. So that's my opinion. My opinion, it is not harmful. It's a net neutral for the American people. That's why I'm up here kind of sort of defending it, because I don't believe it's good or I just believe if we don't have it, there's going to be more issues.
No basis in reality. Like every study points that porn is ruining our society. There's even studies now where they're comparing the pornography epidemic to the secondhand smoke epidemic that we had.
FBI statistics don't lie.
Cigarettes were banned in part because the secondhand smoke, the effect it had on other people, and pornography is now kind of being looked at the same with people who study this.
FBI statistics since 1994, SA and actual physical assault in a sexual manner have dropped every single year. Think about what's been growing every single year, the usage of pornography. Hate to say, but you can't go ahead and ignore these two things are directly correlated. So if you get rid of it, or at least legalize it, you're going to start seeing some horrible things. So that's my opinion. I know I'm getting kicked up here. I got 5 seconds left. It was nice seeing you guys. I just want to let you know why I was up here. I wanted to give you all a voice. So it was nice.
All right, Fausta, you got smoked. You got 60% of the votes to kick you off.
It's okay, but I will get 60% of the vote in 2036. Vote for me. Leland King Fausta, 2036.
Later, bro. That guy's great. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to bring one more person on, and then I'm going to go to bed after a few minutes. So,
Me too.
yeah. Where do you live, man? Sam?
I'm out in Illinois, so it's like
Okay.
1:50 right now.
Nice. Where are you guys at? Pillow Fight and
I'm in
Eli?
Florida.
Oh, dang. It's real late for you.
Brooklyn, New
Yeah,
York.
it is.
You're in Brooklyn? Gosh, you guys are. I'm in West Coast. I'm in Phoenix. It's not even midnight for me.
Wow. Yeah, he's 250 a year.
Do you guys have kids?
No.
See, I got kids. I got to wake
Oh,
up in the
yeah.
morning.
Um,
Got mouths to feed. Yeah. Charles, what's up? Camera on or you're getting kicked?
How do I turn it on? Hold on. Oh, there we go. I got it.
All right. Is porn cheating?
Hi.
Is porn cheating?
Like, yes and no.
All right, Charles, I'm sorry. Can you zip your hoodie up, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So is porn cheating?
For me, it's yes and no. Because I feel like I've actually just like come into this new, like in my relationship, because before my boyfriend and I had an agreement where it was like, okay, you know, if we're not together, basically I said to him, I was like, you can watch porn.
Charles, can I ask you a
want.
question?
You can, yeah.
Are you sober right now?
Watch porn.
Charles, can I ask you a question?
Are you sober? Watch porn.
Are you sober?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
I don't know, like I had a different opinion on it like as of like a week ago. And then I think that like what got into it was like he was like on OnlyFans and like websites where we just like knew the people that he was watching, and I'm like, I feel like that's definitely 100% cheating. You know, like it's people that we like in my opinion, it's like if you're watching somebody that you don't know, I never thought, I mean, I could be wrong, but I never thought of it as cheating before, because I was like, oh, it's just like a random person on the internet. You don't know them. But then he was like on OnlyFans and stuff, and I'm like, no, like we know those people, like you're paying for that. Like I would definitely.
So what did you
100%.
do? What did you do?
Well, we have been broken up for like a week and a half now.
Oh, you broke up as a result of that?
Yeah, because
Got it.
I genuinely think that if you're like, if we're, you know, like, you know, the person, I think that that's different. I'm not
So
going to get into
your opinion changed over the last week and a half, you said, as a result of this.
Yeah,
With
because-
the OF thing, it got personal.
Right, because like, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like I've watched porn before, and it's just like when I wasn't with him, like he works away on the railroad, so I understand, like, okay, you have needs, whatever. I tried to understand, I should say. I didn't, but I did, and I also do the same thing, so I was like, okay, whatever. But then I saw on his phone that he was, and I don't go through his phone, but it was just like there. Like it was there for me to see. And he was like subscribing to like girls that I know. And I'm like, that's definitely cheating. Like, I feel like if you know the person and you're paying for it,
Yeah.
like, what? Hello? Like, I'm here. Like, why are we doing that? So it's very, very, like, it's a touchy subject. I don't know.
Got it. What do you guys think?
I think that if somebody's like paying for it more or less, then it's a little more striking.
Like when you're
than
in a relationship.
They're not paying for it.
Yeah.
Entertainment. But if they're out with an actual physical person, then yeah, it's cheating.
I can't keep up with the comments. I'm trying to read, but I can't. I don't even have my glasses on.
One thing I will say.
Don't read them, Charles. Trust me.
OnlyFans specifically as well, though, it gives you the opportunity to actually chat with the creator. I don't know if any of you actually did know that, but it does actually give you the opportunity to interact with the actor of the pornography that you are watching. So it is a significantly more direct and connecting way of pornography than simply just Googling in your search browser and watching a video.
100%.
So I can completely agree why that bothered you more than just like looking something up on the internet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like if the human interaction is completely disconnected, then I guess in a subjective way, there's multiple ways to look at it depending on the base of your relationship. But as soon as the human interaction is involved, you know, you might as well just be texting a girl on Snapchat and getting illicit photos, and it's about the same thing. But just money.
There's a difference of looking and watching versus getting to know somebody, like you were saying as well. Yeah.
Because I mean,
Eli, go ahead, man.
Essentially, that's money that you could be spending on your relationship or your future life, and you're just giving it away to someone to basically exhibit a vice. It's like anything else, like smoking, drinking. You know, it's like at the end all be all, pornography is a vice that we all are faced with because it's so easily accessible, and it is always moralistically inherently wrong because essentially with pornography, whether you like it or not, you're basically being a peeping Tom on two people having intercourse. At any base, even if it's allowed or it's not allowed, you're in the room, you're through a window, you're through a screen, you're still exhibiting to random people you don't know having intercourse. So it's inherently a vice and wrong.
What about if you make your own content, like you guys were saying earlier?
Oh, well, if you make your own content, you know, I mean, that is a mutually accepted agreement between you and your partner, and it's more of a utility purpose of keeping a spark alive for, you know, say, long distance relationships. Say you have to go on a trip for a month and you're not going to see each other. Basically, it's something that keep a human intimate connection digitally from far away. I'd say that it is different than just watching something on the internet. Because
yeah, I would agree to that as well, but I would say caution with anything you ever take or send or any of that. So
100%. Actually, I know plenty of people in my own life that their own things leaked, and even me myself, when I was like 15 years old, I had something get out, and it wasn't the end of the world. No, but it was like super detrimental and sucked at the time. Yeah, 100%. So
Eli, go ahead.
That.
I think that is really bad. Like, you just discovered that you got the relationship with, and when your man come home, you watch the phone, and he's talking to a bunch of females, and he's watching a bunch of stuff. That really hurts, you know? When you know that you're emotionally disconnected, like he says, like, just because a lot of people they just look for the easy way, but there's no easy way. At the end of it, you're gonna get hurt, and you're not gonna be happy. So I personally think that it's better to get to know someone, you know, get to know someone for real, not somebody that is again in front of isn't the TV. It's not the same. Even if you interact, you know, what they show there is not real. They just acting. They just getting paid their money.
yeah, that is true. They are just actors.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, it's 12 o'clock somewhere, and that 12 o'clock is in Phoenix. So I'm going to bed. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Nice to meet you guys.
Yep.
See you
Appreciate
tomorrow,
the
man.
chat.
God bless you. Have a good night, everyone.
Too, man. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are dealing with porn or sex addiction or unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women who are dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that ensues after the discovery of an affair or pornography use or something else related. I have groups. We meet on Tuesday nights or on Wednesdays. So tomorrow night. The women's group is a great group of people who are looking to make progress in their life, to heal from this. The women's groups are led by myself and other female contributors. It's a very intimate space to be able to heal in community. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. In many regards, this is a grief event, the discovery of a betrayal. And so we laugh, we cry, we support each other, and it's just a beautiful space. So if you're feeling like you need help with betrayal, or you feel like you're lonely in the betrayal, or maybe your mind has been changed here, and you're saying, hey, you know what, maybe this is a problem, you can join my private coaching group. It does cost money. It's $99 a month. We meet for an hour and 15 minutes weekly on Zoom. And then the men's calls are also Tuesday night, and then I have an additional men's call on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's a group for men who are wanting to improve their life. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection with other people. My goal is not to have men stop watching porn. My goal is that they start living into a flourishing life full of purpose and vision. That's what I'm all about. Women, do you just want a guy who doesn't watch porn? Or do you want a guy who does a whole bunch of other things? Treats you well, honors you, protects you, provides for you, cares for you, goes out of his way to love you and cherish you. Is that what you want? Or do you just want a guy who doesn't watch porn? You probably want all those things and someone who doesn't watch porn. So the men's coaching groups are for men who are on that path in life to do better in life. And it's amazing how when guys come in and they share vulnerably what's going on, you know, they just tend to stop doing the porn. And I also do one-on-one coaching. If you're not ready for a group or you want more specialized, intensive work, consider doing more one-on-one coaching. If you want to schedule a call with me, you can do that in link in my bio. Be happy to chat if I can help you or point you in the right direction. What is with this Biden spamming? I'm blocking you. I don't care that you're spamming. I don't care who you're spamming. Just stop spamming. So you can schedule a call with me. Call it a discovery call where we talk about your situation and if I can help or point you in the right direction, I'd be happy to chat with you. Until next time, thanks for following. Thanks for being here. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Yes, I said it. The choice is yours and how you want to live your life. Dude, how many times do I have to block this guy? Why is he not blocking? I said block. Report. Spam. Halfway, I made you a mod if you can help me out. But I blocked him. Oh, they're different accounts? All right. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I don't know when my next live is. You got to turn your notifications on. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.